What do you mean don't pull it up? It's pull-upable?
Yeah.
I know there's some of you guys are doing it for the love. All right, they're gonna give me in the comments later, Fred, it's not all about the money. But if some checks came, you wouldn't say no. I'm good. The love has fed me. Man, bare people gay. I'm like, what kind of gay?
Like you're gay.
We moved in together in Mexico where we have the freedom to do whatever we want.
Yeah, like, bro, the man's gonna be like, yo, why wouldn't I get a chip? Think about it. All my social media is my wallet.
No,
I'm
facts.
letting them have to bring their keys
Facts.
I don't even gotta use my phone anymore, bro.
I'm tired of having two phones. It's like fact.
My spirit came to Earth to have like a physical experience. You know what I mean?
Here
Like,
comes the code.
you know what I mean?
Let's get digital. Digital.
That's so going in the trailer. I was one of the people in the voting committee for the Juno Awards.
What more do we have to do?
I think
One day I will address that sad boy interview that never happened.
He's talking about spitters that don't want other spitters to outshine them, bro. Pause.
Well,
That sounded crazy.
back in, hell yeah.
yo, zoom into his
Come
face,
on.
Jake.
We love hip hop.
Also thinking about with off not the topic we were talking about off mic, right? Podcasting. Okay, all of you guys have rapped, right? You're Dr. Fantastic, stretch the pussy out like elastic,
Big
right?
Turk, yeah.
Big Turk. Natural. Have you ever rapped or tried to do some chants?
Rap seriously?
Actually, you rap too, fam. Like you just put out a friggin' rap up that was crazy.
But did I ever put out music as a rapper seriously trying to
Yes.
pursue it? I wouldn't say seriously trying to pursue it, but I have put out music like as a, I guess, quote unquote rapper.
So you can find you on YouTube somewhere.
Um,
Bones.
Yeah,
Bones.
I have like a track called Melanin, you know.
Sheesh.
But I do have a track, but no, don't put that up. Don't put that up. Okay. If you're gonna look up a natural track,
Oh, what do you mean don't pull it up? It's pull-upable?
yeah, I think so. If you search hard enough. But if you're gonna look for a natural track, I did produce a song for Father Phyllis.
Okay.
That's like a huge artist out of Barbados.
Yeah.
So that's actually music that I put out that I am proud of.
Okay, but you've put out music, I guess, that you're not proud of because you
Mhm.
tried rapping. So the point that I'm getting at is we podcast, right? You guys DJ. You're doing things that like you can kind of see a return of some kind of a future. You know what I'm saying? Growth. Rapping isn't as easy. And I feel like for me personally, I stopped rapping back in 2017, right? Literally when I started the pod. I wasn't mad at the decision.
I think it's a wise decision considering, well, being an artist in general, but
Mhm.
being a rapper is probably choosing one of the rarest professions to be successful in.
A Canadian rapper.
Even worse. Even worse.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I guess this kind of sparked off of something I saw on Reddit. Like somebody tried to give me you quit rapping and stuff like that. I could pull it up. We were looking at it earlier, Natural. Right? My little rant that I had on Reddit. One thing, Jake, if you can pull this up on the screen over here. They posted me up on Reddit saying Friday speaks on the declining Toronto rap scene and rap in general. Right? And I'll play a little bit of the rant. Saying that they're old, it's time to pack it up. I'm just saying these are not young bucks anymore. They've been holding our attention for a long time. How long can these mans have hold Toronto on their backs for, fam? Like I feel like Casper's back is getting tired, bro.
Pause.
We love hip hop.
You're telling me, and salute to Casper, and I'm glad that he's getting what he's getting now. Okay, he deserves it. But you're telling me he's the only one holding up and creating some kind of interest on a wide scale at the whole Toronto scene. The man started putting out music like back in 2014, 2015, fam. Like y'all niggas are not replenishing the bank.
That's a good
You
point.
can keep on taking money out of a bank, but if you don't add money back in, then the shit's gonna be empty, fam. You gotta replenish the funds, fam.
We love hip hop.
Okay, I'll stop there. But the comment that started popping up as Friday's Mad because he had to wrap it up when he got old, right? And then this next person, I responded to him. I said, I retired from rapping 9 years ago. I'm good, bro. Laugh out loud. I think I made the right decision. This guy responded with this first. You didn't retire, you gave up. There's a difference. Retire refers to withdrawing from one's occupation, position, or active working life, typically upon reaching a certain age due to health issues. From Google. Peace and love, brother. Did I retire or quit?
I think you quit still. I'm not going to lie. I mean, even though that definition is a little shaky with due to health reasons, because it could be age as well. And just no diss, you know? But I feel like if you saw a return or success, you wouldn't have stopped. So I think it was a calculated decision, but it wasn't retirement in that willful sense.
Yeah, and even at the time when I was still rapping, because 7 years ago or 9 years ago, that I would have been like 41, 42 type titch. I still was like, yo, I don't care. I'm not doing it to be famous. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it just because I love rapping. But low key, that should be cap, bro. You're doing it like, yo, this next upload is gonna get me to that next level, or somebody's gonna hear it and it's gonna do 1 million streams or whatever. Everybody who's in their 40s who's rapping, I know there's some of you guys are doing it for the love. All right, they're gonna give me in the comments later, yo, Fred, it's not all about the money. But if some checks came, you wouldn't say no. I'm good. The love has fed me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have that secret hope that they'll just get discovered and their lives will change overnight.
Yeah. So I just don't feel like, and part of the reason why I feel good as a podcaster, it's not that easy to get people to know who you are as a rapper. As a content creator, YouTuber, podcaster, whatever category you are under content creator, I think it's way easier to get motion than it is and get money than a rapper, fam.
I feel that's definitely true.
Or artist, period.
Yeah, that's definitely 100% true. But I don't think it's a diss to say that, oh, something wasn't working for you, you pivoted, and then now you're flourishing. Like,
oh, I don't want to say flourishing, but doing way better than I was as a rapper, fam. Nobody ever paid me for a show. I might have gotten paid for 2 shows out of like 200.
Good point.
You know what I'm going to say, though? I'm going to say never retire from rap.
Or quit.
Never quit. Nah, never quit. Even if your ass. Bro, yes. You know why, bro? Because I'm an audio engineer, right? Audio engineers, local audio engineers, you rely on people who have these hopes and dreams, these ambitions. It creates an economy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're able to sell beats. You're able to sell recording time. They probably have a regular job. And they're having fun. They're expressing themselves. They're making music they think is good. It's not going to be on Billboard Hot 100, but you're creating an economy.
So you're just worried about the engineers. If all of the rappers decided, you know what? I'm gonna be a content creator instead and just go buy some mics and or buy a mic and a camera and stuff like that. A lot of audio engineers are gonna be like, yo, walk on, fam. Like, where are all the rappers at?
Exactly. And I feel like if someone wants to present themselves as a rapper and they're bad, they have the right to do so. I think people in their circle should let them know what they think. But it's like, bro, if you really think you're gonna pop off at 45 and you just drop this music video that has 100 views, hey, more power to you.
Okay, so
life is short.
What if it doesn't have 100 views? What if it has a few thousand views? When do you say slow down?
Slow down on all these views. I'm blowing up.
No. Because it's like it's not going past like 50,000. Like you're like, okay, I do 10,000 views every time I drop a music video, and I drop like 3 music videos a year.
I feel like these artists, yeah, they love the game, it's beautiful, passion, all that stuff is great. But they forget the business part of music business. And that's why like a lot of these artists are complaining like, oh, how come no one's putting me on? How come no one's blah, blah, blah? Like, you have to kind of think like, how much money does it take to actually promote an artist to the forefront? So if someone's going to put you on, they're investing at maybe like $250,000, $500,000.
This is what I'm talking about.
They want a return on that, bro. And
yes.
And these artists aren't even willing to invest in themselves, bro. Like, RIP to Lil OT. I was watching his story or whatever. The man took his bread and he was paying all the blogs to post him, bro.
Yeah, and they said that he put like over the space of like 3-4 years, like $250,000 into his career.
That's someone that believes in his project and who believes in his passion. You know what I mean?
Yes, but he actually had access to $250,000.
Bro, over 4 years, low key, like the average person working, you could get 200 bands over 4 years, bro.
And that's all of their money.
That's 50 bands a year for 200 bands.
So how much do you believe in yourself? Are you all in or not?
Yeah, but if you do 50 bands, and listen, I agree with you. But if you're using 50 bands, then how are you going to eat? Where are you going to live?
Okay, like let's say you make 50 bands for the year. Like you could put a 20 into your music, bro.
What is this, 1935? A 20. $20 will do it.
No, not 20. I mean like a 20 bands.
No, but 20 bands, and then you have 30 bands left for the year to live.
Yes, bro.
Where are you living? In like
on the floor?
Bro, yeah, okay, to scale down your life for now so you could see the returns later. A lot of mans, like, they're investing in the wrong shit. Oh, let me be iced down for the music video. Yo, you could have put that into actually promoting your... Okay, instead of buying 3 chains, you could have bought 1. You know what I mean? Like, enough mans are trapping and like they're wearing the proceeds, bro. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like, I keep saying this, Lil Yachty, the man was doing his scams or whatever. He invested all that money into his music. Kodak Black, he was doing his credit card thing, selling his whatever, put that back into the music.
So but hold on. But a Kodak Black, like, he would also invest into getting some change too. And the mans are also outside trapping crazy.
I feel like when you make a certain amount, you could do both.
Yeah, and you're going to have to do both. But how much money does it take to break an artist? Because you're referring to Lil OT's $250,000 investment over 4 years. And
I'm assuming, I think it might have been less.
No, that's what it was.
It was 4
years.
And
that's what got him to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And that's not even like mainstream. So like how much
Bro, it took Casper 10 years to get signed. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's how it normally goes, bro. DJ Khaled said he was on the road for like 5-6 years, dropping "We the best," all this shit. He said he didn't make money until like the 6th year, bro.
Yeah, you look at Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Right? He coined the phrase "the marathon," right? Or it's a marathon because he only got his major deal right before he died. Like what? He was like 8 years in or something as far as his career, dropping mixtapes, maybe a little bit less.
I remember this is before COVID. This is when I got back into DJing. I had no events, no parties, nothing, no motion, literally nothing.
Yeah.
I was with Shadi at the time. I told her, yo, I'm going to do like events for free for the next year. She's like, oh, you're dumb. How are you going to make money? Blah, blah, blah. This is that. I'm like, yo, I just need the people, them to see that like I'm that guy when it comes to this DJ.
Yeah.
After that year, mans were blinking out. I was literally booked every weekend, bro. Sometimes you have to kind of like scale back and just like think of the future rather than the immediate, you know?
Yeah, but that right there, it's giving me so much anxiety, like to think like if you want to be an artist, like if you're passionate about it, then by all means, and I'm not going against what you're saying, Zara, but if you're passionate about it, by all means, go all in. But if you're not, bro, like you might need to say, you know what, let me put all of this money into something I'm actually passionate about because the odds of becoming a rapper or making music that people love on a wide scale is so, like, it's crazy, fam. It's literally like winning the lottery.
It is. And I think, most rappers, before they make it, have the delusion that they're going to make it.
Yeah.
But you also have to be realistic that 99% won't make it. But you said something, and I want to discuss it. You said follow your passion. I think that's kind of wrong, low key. Because I think that there's a difference between your passion and your gift. Sometimes both your passion and your gift are the same thing. If you're lucky, you know? But let's say like I'm really gifted at being a chef, but my passion is basketball. Like I just love basketball, but I'm never gonna make the NBA. You know, I could invest all my money in going into basketball camps to follow my passion. But your gift is the thing that you're able to do at the highest degree with the least amount of effort. So it's like
Yeah.
as natural to you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas your passion is something that you're just very interested in. And I think it's good to have separate passions versus your career.
No, you just opened, before you go natural, you just opened something that I didn't even realize. Rapping was my passion.
I was about to say.
I'm gifted at podcasting. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I know that I'm good at podding.
And
But
this
you're
derives
still-
from Steve Harvey, by the way. It's from Steve Harvey.
But you're still talking about hip hop, talking about rap. So you're
Yeah.
still like adjacent to your passion. You know what I mean?
True.
And
True.
And I feel like if someone is passionate about music, I think now is the best time to pursue it. You know, like now, like gatekeepers don't have as much power, you know, like now a random person could invest in all the, like you could work your 9 to 5 for a year, save up, invest in all the blogs. And if your song is hot enough, like it could probably go. You can invest in like some dancers on TikTok to do the little challenges to it. And then if the song is hot enough, it could actually go.
But you said if you're passionate, what about the gifted part? Because that person might be super passionate and they're dropping a lot of stuff and they're investing their time and money, but they're just not that good. And they can pay all these TikTokers to do all of the shit, but the shit is trash still.
But I think sometimes, and we see it with a lot of artists, their music might not be the gift, but their charisma is the gift, or their magnetism, or their appearance, right? So maybe there will be a display of your gift. Maybe your work ethic is your gift, and you're able to put out music every day. So, one thing is going to stick. I don't know, but
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like we have enough access to the world where no matter what you're doing, you could find an audience for it.
Yeah, at least 1,000 people.
If you have 1,000 people supporting you, you could sustain your lifestyle, bro. Like you don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. You could, if you're making 75,000, 100,000 a year off of your art, I think that's amazing, bro. And you don't have like the higher ups all up in your controlling your moves and stuff. You could still be independent, quote unquote. I think that's probably the better way.
No, that's real talk, man. That's real talk. Yeah, man, it's not even a pre-topic. It was something that I was thinking about even like yesterday from the time I saw those comments. And listen, the Reddit people are gonna be like, we got up in his head. No, but like, did I lose my passion? Did I quit? I think a lot of people, like older heads, they'll say retire, like I did earlier in the Reddit comments, because they're trying to like cope with quitting.
But I don't think it's a bad thing to have attempted to be a rapper and failed. Like that just adds to your resume, if anything. Like, I tried to do this and it didn't work. Like I feel like failure is part of success.
Yeah. No, real talk. Okay, I do actually have a pre-topic for us. They found Chris Sky. Okay, they being the internet.
He's right here. I'm joking.
So this is courtesy of the Reddits, right? Where I'm terminally online all the time. If you could pull this up on the screen right here. The Persian found Chris Sky hiding in Mexico. Who's the Persians? Or okay.
People from Iran.
I thought it was like a specific person, but it's
just
with
a
an
group,
S.
yeah.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Chris Sky here with my boy Jekoff, and we got a message for you. If
Pause.
you're still living in Canada and you're not exploring other options, you're gay as
And if you still live in the USA, you still as
And if you're living in Europe or any other place where you don't have this kind of freedom we have here, you don't have the sunshine, you don't have the low cost of living, and you're giving away half your money to else who run your government, well, then you're gay as
Exactly. If you still pay inflated prices and give half of your income to pedophiles running the government, then guess what? You are gay as That's why me and Chris have chosen Mexico, because of the low cost of living, because of the sunshine, no taxes, organic food, beaches and bitches, 24/7, 365.
And the banking system is pretty good over here. You can get insured banking investments that pay higher interest rates than actual investments in North America. They don't tell you that in North America because they want you to be a slave. They don't want you to live well. That's why we're out here. That's why we're helping people every day. We got options to get you living out here, options to create options for you.
Exactly. Reply Mexico, and both of us will hook you up. Stay safe and stay out of trouble.
God bless.
But
two shirtless men wearing pink shorts can't call me nothing. Respectfully. I'm just going based off the visuals that I'm seeing.
I was looking at the visuals like they're calling bear people gay. And I'm like, you look kind of gay.
Like you're gay as fuck.
We moved in together in Mexico where we have the freedom to do whatever we want.
It's like, what?
What are y'all doing over there though? You know what I mean? Like,
All the way over there too. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever we want. We don't pay taxes.
Oh man.
oh, man.
Okay, but even with what he's saying, right? Okay, we might need to unpack this in a couple of different ways, right?
Unpack it, eh? Hey, yo.
Where's my son?
Hey, yo, chill.
One, what's up with Chris Sky, bro? We haven't seen this guy forever. And now he's popped up in Mexico. I want to talk about that part first.
He's on the Mexico algorithm now.
What happened to him, bro? He was so popular at one point in time. He was the vid guy. You guys are, you're sheep. You're following the rules. And he was kind of cooking over there. You know what I'm saying? And then did he take a heel turn or was he already a heel when he started getting into like the politics and stuff? Because he tried to be the mayor at one point.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what kind of changed the trajectory of his life, but I think he did what he had to do. He showed us what was happening behind the scenes and he's like, yo, I'm out.
It may be.
I feel like even your interview with him about the Africans and the Facebook post, I feel like that kind of like low-key ruined him.
Really?
I think so.
No.
Maybe for the black community, I don't know. Like, I think he went like super hardcore, like alt-right after that. But before that, like,
you're telling me
I feel like everyone saw him as like the rebel in a good way.
So you're telling me pulling up a bunch of like racist posts that he had on Facebook would ruin his shit?
I don't think. I think it's also the way he handled it was pretty combative.
Yeah.
And the Facebook post, do you remember that?
I remember there was something like racist that happened with him. I didn't remember exactly what it was, but I appreciate the reminder.
There was a bunch of racist Facebook posts that he had posted years back, and I don't know if they were completely, but they were very borderline. You know?
No, they were racially coded. It was like IQ African.
Oh
yeah, like this, that. Like
yeah,
it was
super hella.
Okay, yeah. So you had to get out of here. So only in the sense of like,
hold on. You're telling me I was joking, right? But low-key is for real, fam. You're thinking that was the like if he was like on a graph, he was here, and then it just started going like this after that meeting.
I think so. I
that
think
was one of the things that changed the perception stuff.
Yeah,
really?
like I think he had a momentum going, and it was during COVID, and he had made these like somewhat correct predictions. So I think he had the people rallying behind him, and then when that came out, I think it was especially with like the left and like also the black community, like that kind of gave him a lot of enemies.
Remember, Ovid times was also like George Floyd times.
Yeah.
So man's had black screens, like anything that you said against niggas, like.
No, but he didn't say it during those times. It was like years after when everybody was outside.
But you pulled up an old post.
Yes, but then I also was arguing with him about calling YG a black bitch.
He was beefing with YG and YG's dad allegedly.
I was on a mission that day. I gotta find that file, but I was on a mission that day. Like, yo, bro, like I found out that you're racist, and before the end of this stream, everybody gonna know.
Somebody sent this message thread to me, right? It was a back and forth that you were having with somebody online, and I was like, I don't know if this has any relevance, but at the same time, with a lot of
course, it's not going to have relevance. It's just going to be something you put up there to try to make me look bad and try to insinuate I'm a racist. IQs and thus perform best in society. So what are you going to call me? A white Asian supremacist?
Well, I'm going to go through the quotes that I have here, right? Just so we can be clear. It started off with a conversation with the gentleman whose name is cut off here, and it says, if U.S., Canada, and European nations have not waged one aggressive war after another against nations of the Middle East and North Africa, there would be millions of refugees. You made your bed, so if you wish to complain now, maybe it should be a complaint against yourself and allowing your government in your name to commit such crimes. Which when you responded, that's 100% bullshit. Africa is a collection of third world countries because blacks lack sophistication.
When was this quote made? That does not sound like it is something I remember or said. So when was this supposed quote? Come on, when and where?
2014.
And what platform? What?
It's
What was
2014.
that? So you're trying to say this was something that was said 10 years ago, something I don't even remember saying, something we can't prove I said.
I think that because like, especially if he wants to be mayor and stuff, like that, this affects the way you have to move around. And if everyone thinks that, like,
but it was during his campaign.
But if you go to Mexico now, you kind of have like a clean slate. He's linking up with the influencers over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's white or white adjacent. So in Mexico, obviously, that's going to be an advantage. And like, I don't think he's like racist to individuals, but I think he has like overall ideologies about race, you know,
but that's
centered around whiteness.
But that's going to show when he interacts with individuals.
I think over an extended period of time, yes. But I think if he's just like meeting someone like in passing, hi, how are you, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it'll slip out.
But if he thinks Africans are stupid, he's going to have a preconceived notion of like
facts.
This person that
the interaction,
you know?
like, oh, this interaction is going to be this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or, you know.
But he wasn't like that with you. You guys were talking.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Part of the thing with him that kind of had me a little bit like my spidey senses up is the overcompensation. He'd be like, even before race was an issue, this is while like he was like still in the Ovid times, right? He'd be like, you know, I got a whole group of different people with me. My wife's Asian, and I got, you know, black people in my crew and white people and da-da-da. And it was just like, all right, cool, bro. All right. You like everybody. Like,
we just asked how your day was, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like,
hung out with a couple of my friends that were actually black.
No, but like he made that a point during that time when that wasn't even an issue to me.
Yeah,
at least to us, because like I remember Gutsy interviewed him at that time in at our old studio, and he was really like pushing that angle, like, yo, I love everybody, and like, you know, nobody could say that I'm racist because it's like, bro, we didn't even ask you that. Like, should we be wearing masks or not?
I think it's more of like the political approach to urban media. We saw it with Olivia Chow when she went on Extra Gravy, Hillary Clinton on Breakfast Club. I think either subconsciously or consciously they just start to pander. So
they gotta do the down thing.
Yeah, like, oh, like it's a predominantly urban audience. Let me talk about my black friend.
What up, bro?
Not only that, these niggas are so dumb. I could go over to their space, say a few words, and then get them all on my side.
That's
that
dark.
way.
That's dark.
No. It'd be facts though. It's like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I'll just say a few, yo, what up, dog, and whatever, and I'll have them in the palm of my hand.
Joe Biden said, you're not black if you don't vote Democrats.
Yep. And he thought that he could just get that off.
Verbatim, bro.
Yes.
You guys loud that still.
I'm not American, broski. Yeah, I didn't loud shit.
No, a lot of people were offended by that, but like he thought he can get it off because he's like, what are they gonna say?
You know what I mean?
Like,
but do we want to discuss on like what he was talking about? Like, do you think it's beneficial for Canadians to leave Canada?
Yeah, because like if you don't, you're gay.
Yeah, first of all, you don't want to be gay, so you got to leave for that reason. Nah, but I think we all should leave Canada, and I'm not even joking.
Like a mass migration, where are we gonna go? Where is better than Canada?
Mexico.
Realistically,
is it, bro? Like
Latin America.
At any given time,
Asia.
whatever city or country he's in Mexico could get taken over by a cartel.
You know what I mean?
There are safety measures in different countries, but there are very safe places any of us could move to and just have a more beneficial life. We'd be more advantageous there than we are here.
So let's go through a list of these places.
Okay, well, I'm saying Mexico.
Okay, let's say you had a golden passport. You could go anywhere in the world and just like
start a new life.
Yeah, you're automatically a citizen.
I might have to pick Ghana.
What?
I don't know why, but just maybe I'm already locked in because like my family or my pops is from there, RIP. But like I'm not gonna be part of the lower class, for lack of a better term, because like there's no middle class, right? So I'll be good, and it's a beautiful country.
Okay, I hear that. Okay, a golden passport. So you're saying Ghana? That's like your first option.
Yeah, that was
start
just
a new life.
That was just the first thing off the top of my head, but I might also pick Barbados.
You're like, I want to go back home.
But the thing is,
I want to experience.
If I go there, I'm gonna be a fish out of water. I won't know shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how to speak the language, none of that. So I might just go with my more comfort zone and be in Barbados, where it's like it's sunny, cost of living isn't that cheap, but at least it's going to be sunny all year long.
Okay. And I'm not even saying this because Chris Guy said this, but I would have said Mexico because, okay, what I would want to do, right, is I'd want to, like, you know, perfect my Spanish and then move into the Latin American market. Because I feel like there's so many countries there that you could sustain yourself doing whatever, especially content.
Yeah.
You speak English and Spanish. You could teach English there. The food is good. The weather's good. The women are good.
So, okay, Latin America's it's a big place, right?
Yeah.
Which country? Like, would it be Brazil, Peru?
Mexico or Colombia? Maybe.
Colombia.
This guy's going to the places where like shit can actually go down. Fam.
Imagine
It
gonna
can
see
go
your
to anywhere.
tattoos and they're gonna think you're about it.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, no.
Gringo,
Yo
gringo.
soy un gringo.
Gringo es solo coco. Gringo es solo coco.
They might try to enlist you into a cartel, brother.
You're gonna see Czar pulling up on pure private planes and stuff.
It's like, Czar. I'm like, it's Jorge now. don't call me Czar.
Right? They might add the C in front of Czar now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think, Natural?
I would probably go to like, this is gonna sound crazy because this is where I'll probably go to like London, only because like I don't mind Toronto, you know, but I just feel like London is like a better version, and also like with the content and everything that I do, I just feel like I would have a better return because a lot of people think that I'm from the UK, like off rip. And like a lot of people reach out to me from the UK, so I feel like I'd have much more opportunity. I'd actually get paid for my content.
Yes,
and also the surrounding places, I'll be able to go to like Italy, Spain,
France,
freaking what was Ibiza, all those places, you know.
Yeah,
Ibiza.
but it kind of
Amsterdam.
defeats the purpose of what Chris Guy and the next weird you look.
Yeah, you'd still be gay according to Chris Guy.
Yeah, because you're in a socialist or not socialist. You're in like a capitalist system.
I like capitalism.
Wow,
you're gonna be heavily surveilled if you're in the UK.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, so you'd rather, instead of just giving money to Canadian PDF politicians, you want to give it to British PDF politicians.
Yeah, isn't that Prince Andrew guy from over there?
To be honest, I feel like no matter where you are in this world, like unless if you're in one of those untouched tribes, you know what I mean, where they're still using campfires and things, like I feel like the world's already affected, bro. You're already being surveilled. They have Starlink in the sky and all these things, fam. Like, like you're not getting away, bro.
It's not about surveillance, though.
What is it about?
Taxes.
I was about to say something crazy. I'm not gonna expose myself because I'm gonna do my taxes this year. I'm gonna do my taxes this year. It's been a while.
Gee, it's been a long time.
Right?
I want to pay my taxes now.
But even with the UK, and I'm not trying to, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and stuff, but like the UK, bro, like they're gonna have that
socialist?
No. It's a social
credit score?
Social credit score. I think they're all like ready to implement it in places like that first.
I don't mind Loki. Like
this guy's wrapped out to be part of the sheep plan, bro.
Yo, like Loki, I kind of
we should know what mans are doing.
Low key, bro. Like low key, I'm guessing if niggas is broke and shit. When I get on mans, I want to say, yo, you.
But just don't put the chip in anywhere where like it's like I leave a mark. You know what I'm saying? I got an acting gig tomorrow.
I just feel like we're too far gone. Like we had many times where we should have rebelled and Mandem didn't rebel. You know what I mean?
We could still rebel.
Yo, Czar, he's the first one that they're chipping up.
Yeah, like bro, they already sold you on it. Like think about it. And I can already hear Natural.
Going from Canada to the UK where it's actually worse, bro.
Yeah, like, bro, the man's gonna be like, yo, why wouldn't I get a chip? Think about it. All my social media is my wallet.
No,
let them don't have to bring their keys
Facts.
I don't even gotta use my phone anymore, bro.
I'm tired of having two phones.
It's like, fam, I know everything instantly.
Bro,
I Google
if I
thing,
get
it's in my
lost, they'll be able to find me.
No, real talk. Like, yo, if I could get I would get like. If Neuralink could get them like, oh, you know everything in the world, I'm doing it, bro.
But that's the market of beast.
I'm doing it, bro. I know, fam. I know.
It's the market of beast.
And like, I used to be like super rebellious. Oh, F the white, F this, F that. Until I realized no man's doing that. I was out there fighting wars by myself and take broski. Like, I'm like, nah, bro.
So you just stopped fighting because no one was fighting alongside you?
That was like right behind the ear, just put the chip right there.
No, I feel like my spirit came to earth to have like a physical experience. You know what I mean?
Here
Like,
comes the cold.
Nah, it's not even cope, bro. Because like I believe in spirituality, you know what I mean?
Jeez, yo, keep this music playing. Keep going. Man said, I
So,
came
yo.
to Earth for a physical experience.
Nah, man's are roaming the cosmos. Take it in. My spirit was vibrating at the highest skill, you know what I mean? I was there with gods, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I haven't been to the ghetto in a minute still. Like, yo, let's go. I'm gonna go to Earth real quick. I'm gonna live like a 95 years over there. I'm gonna have it's ghetto over there. I heard they have world wars and things. The PDF as presidents and all type of shit's going on over there. Let me see what I go on type. You know, so I pulled up, bro. I'm here now.
You grace us with your presence.
That is the most mythological cope I've ever heard in my life.
So this is why it's okay for me to have a chip.
Nah, I feel like because they're gonna have smart cities. You know, like I'm gonna be in the smart. I'm not gonna be out there,
bro,
fighting with the beast. Nah, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
Fam, you gotta be outside with us, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll get some rifles and we'll be good, fam.
We're supposed to fight back.
So you're down to go into the 15-minute cities?
Yeah, I'm over there.
Yo,
still.
they're gonna put Natural in a trance and he's gonna be an NPC. We're gonna be fighting the war, be like, yo, Natural, pull up. He's just gonna be like doing this and like DJing on the streets with like Natural, and he's just like in a trance, bro.
He's like, I'm in the metaverse right now. I'm busy.
Yo, funny as
guess this rhythm.
Someone actually hit me up the other day, like, oh, I'm opening a club in the metaverse. I want you to be involved in it. I'm like, yeah, I'm over there, bro.
You know what it is, bro? All of that AI talk. We've had multiple conversations where you're like, well, in the end of the day, we'll just do it in the metaverse. You've been preparing yourself. You're like,
yes, sir.
Just take me, fam.
Well, not take me. But I just see where things is going. And like, I don't know, bro. I just feel like
submit.
You know what I mean?
Let's get digital.
They even said that they could take Mandem subconscious and put it on flash drives and things, bro. Like,
okay, I don't want none of that to happen to me,
spooky,
bro.
Like, it's happening, bro.
I don't want my brain to become anywhere aligned with any computation. Become
when
some
you're
kind
gone,
of cyborg.
They're gonna have We Love Hip Hop beta. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be you and Joe Rogan and a couple other like.
It's gonna be y'all. Remember, you guys are 20 years younger than me. They don't need my old ass. They're like, oh, you guys are. I'm an old model. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, we don't need to put upgrades into old models. Y'all are gonna be out of here in the next 30 years, 40 years, whatever. But you 30-year-olds, y'all are ripe for the picking. Put the chips in them. Social credit score. If your credit score isn't high enough, you ain't getting on the plane. Natural credit score is gonna be out the roof.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Talk to me.
Okay, let's say in like 10 years, like Neuralink is normalized, like most people have it type thing, and like
I'll be in my 60s, so they don't even want to give it to me. To be like,
okay, so because you're in your old age, like let's say, oh, like you're complaining about your eyesight, maybe you're complaining about your memory. They'll say that would enhance everything. Would you consider that for you? I'm trying to think of what you lack right now. But like, yeah,
you can go hair.
Yeah, okay, or grow your hair. But I feel like you don't care about that.
I don't.
But like, okay, you're the theological expert. Like, it will just give you access to all encyclopedias, all knowledge across, like, you know what I mean?
It'd be tempting, and I think if I was faced with that decision, there'd only be two options. I'd get the chip, or I'd have to leave whatever society I was in. Like, there's no middle ground where I'm in that society without that chip.
Because everyone's gonna
normalized.
Everyone's gonna be infinitely like better than you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're either gonna be at like, damn, bro, you still thinking like it's 2020, like, bro, it's 2070
you know what I mean?
right now. Like, everyone's instantaneously knows everything, and you're like, one sec, let me Google that. Like, I already know everything.
The Google won't even exist, fam, because everybody else is on that shit.
You know what I mean?
Why do they need to have Google, fam?
But then either that, or you have to like fall back into a more rural experience. Like, you have to just farm.
You're gonna be a recluse.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah. Just you're gonna listen. I don't know. I'm not completely decided. I'm there talking shit, but like when they really, really forward and they're like, "Yo, like you." Concentration camp or else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's gonna be funny? Like, let's say there's this like concentration camp that we end up in like 2060 or 2045. What are the songs we're gonna be singing while we're there? Like, you know, we're gonna be singing like songs from this era, you know? So would it be like we're working? It'd be like, no,
I'm still fucking up the market.
Silence.
I'm like, my mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served through the fairest skin.
Okay, let's start the podcast, man. I think we went down to the craziest wormhole. What were we talking about?
Chris Guy.
Yeah.
And we got to social credit score. You know what? It kind of lines up.
Because what's his name? Ray Chris. How can I make that? Ray Chris guy? Racist? Ray Chris?
Oh,
Ray Chris. The audience, you guys can figure something out with that.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. This guy went for it.
Chris KKK.
Oh, man.
Chris Guy with 3 Ks.
So working titles.
Triple K Risk Sky. No, I don't know. That was bad.
It's too early on a Sunday,
Chris
man.
Sky.
And no salute to Chris Sky, man. I can't believe I ruined Chris Sky. But listen,
You did, man.
yeah, I got enough guilt on my conscience.
That was the Great White Hope.
Oh man, I feel like this is like a guilty pleasure to like this album, man.
Hell nah, bro.
Don't be ashamed, Friday.
Oh man,
I think, okay, I'll just say this quick and then
Yeah.
we can maybe we could divulge in this after, but I feel like we have to start separating the art and the
artist.
Yeah. Way more, bro. I think that's why people aren't enjoying music as much as they used to.
Yo, these artists are pushing us to that level too, bro. Like you're gonna have to like compartmentalize to like enjoy their music. But we got a whole Kanye segment. We'll definitely get into that. But let's get into this podcast here. We are Box, the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most host, Friday Ricky Dread, aka DJ Not a DJ Rick, aka that real Toronto guy, aka 100 blunts to the head, aka used to be a rapper. I think you can still catch me on Spotify and aka Podcast Poppy. We back at it, episode 671. We Love Hip Hop Studios. We got back in the building, the Turkish Thrill. You might see him on your YouTube screens getting some of the most intriguing interviews in the city. You might see him behind the wheels of steel, turning up at any venue. We got our political expert himself. DJs are in the motherfucking building. Let's go.
Yes, sir. DJ Czar, aka Burrow Sound, aka Young Shawarma, aka Cheeseburger, aka Coffee Poppy, aka Zarly Kirk, aka The Ruiner, aka Big Turk, aka Dr. Fantastic, aka George. Back at it like a crack addict.
Bear aliases.
Bear.
A man of many hats and many AKAs. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. And you might see him sitting next to DJ Czar. Ooh. You might see him behind the wheels of steel, turning it up at the Jam or at some of the biggest events in the city.
Yeah.
You might see him turning it up on your social media screens, getting people pissed off.
Angry.
Facts. You also might see him on your social media screens doing a little shuffle, a little 1-2 shoulder shake over there, turning up the views. We got DJ extraordinaire, DJ Natural in the motherfucking building. DJ Natural Wave, actually.
Yes, sir. Excited for another episode. You already know it's going to be an amazing week. Shout out everyone listening, everyone on the roads.
Yeah.
Shit, everyone not on roads. God damn, hold your head.
Yeah, salute to all the people behind bars, bro. They be listening, fam.
I lie.
Yeah. I'll let you all know why that came to my mind in a second. But before we do that, let me give a quick salute to the sponsors over here, starting with Exotic Hot Pot. From high-grade strains to authentic grabba and all your rolling essentials, Exotic Hot Pot is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. All right. There's a package that you see right there on the table right there of that Exotic Hot Pot. And if you want any delivery in the GTA, hit them up on their Instagram page. That's Exotic Hot Pot. Or go on their website, exotichotpot.ca, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop boys sent ya. Scene. Last but not least, I want to give a big salute to Road Ready Detailing. That's over at 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. Okay, you can get your cars detailed. You can get ceramics. You can get tints. You can get wraps. Anything you need. They're doing wraps right now for motorcycle helmets, and it's getting super warm, so you want to get that done ASAP. All right. Hit them up on their Instagram page. That's Toronto Road Ready Detailing. Or you could just go over to the location. That's 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. If you see the boy Dusty Wallace, tell him what up when you're coming back to the pod, and let him know that We Love Hip Hop Boy sent you, and he'll give you a dope discount. You know what I mean? Gentlemen, how's y'all weeks been? How's y'all weekends been? What y'all got going on for the week? What's popping?
I have a gig this week later. I just finished posting the docuseries. Go check that out.
Okay, all the parts are out now.
All the parts. I'm probably gonna release the full documentary as well. It's like 2.5 hours. But I've just been making bare beats, going in easy. I've been rested. I caught up on my sleep. Like I feel like the club life, or even just like living online, like my sleep schedule's so messed. Like I'm a late sleeper but early riser. So like I don't know, like you just lack sleep. So like I feel like I've napped over the last few days, and like I feel like I'm back to like a good point.
Yeah, full.
So I feel more energetic.
All the bars are on the energy.
Green.
Yeah. No, people underestimate the amount of the importance of sleep, bro.
Especially on mood, like mental performance, physical performance at the gym, like just overall sleep is very important.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because like humans, there are two types of humans that evolved with sleep. Like there are people who sleep at night, and then there are people who like can stay up all night and sleep during the day.
Yeah.
And like back in the day, apparently like one group would like keep watch while the other one was asleep.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But like in society, we're all forced to be like sleep at night, you know? There's a word for not nocturnal, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't even know that. This guy's always dropping some jewels, man. But listen, welcome back.
That's the time back to the caveman days, right? That's what you guys are doing. Taking a watch and shit.
That's what I was doing. Maybe a 1-2 of your ancestors. All of mine. We were sleeping in caves, Neanderthals.
Keeping watch and shit. That's so going in the trailer. Oh man. DJ Natural Wave, how's your week been? Weekend? Anything to look forward to?
I've just been going in easy. Actually have a lot of collabs forwarding. You know, I've just been reaching out to a lot of creators, you know, just try to keep the consistency going. I wanted to see it's been going great, you know what I mean? So I just want to see by the end of the year, like how far it could go type thing, you know?
Yeah. They didn't watch that episode of Those People's Thing.
Fortunately.
Don't worry, it's a regular thing, man. Nobody be watching them anyway.
I like more sponsors like me. I'm like, woo, yes.
Good thing nobody watched their shit. I don't know how I found a way to throw a shot. What else is going on with you? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm doing a baby shower next weekend. Looking forward to that. You know, Montreal, because it's April next week, right? Yeah, so Montreal in April.
Yeah, it is April next week.
Yeah, so just looking forward to that. Anybody in Montreal that wants to tap in and do content, just hit me up on Instagram.
When you touch Montreal, are there specific food spots that you frequent, like a poutine spot or like Montreal smoked meat sandwich?
I don't really have a go-to, even when I was living out there, like, because I was kind of like downtown, so like, and I didn't really have like a go-to spot type thing, you know. Like, even in Toronto, I don't have go-to spots. Like, when I take a shotty out, is wherever she wants to go type. If I'm boxing food, I just normally get Caribbean food type thing.
So I'll give you maybe some suggestions. Celine Dion's supposed to have like a smoked meat restaurant out there that's supposed to be like really, really good. And it's been there for like decades. So look into that. That's supposed to be like the place. It's not the one that's on St. Catherine Street that everybody goes to. There's like one, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a very popular like franchise over there. That's like their McDonald's of like smoked meat sandwiches.
Oh, for real?
Okay. But like if you just, without like taking a shotty type shit, and you just want to go get some good food, Kojak's. Okay, it's like a Greek fast food restaurant, so that you can get like gyro hamburgers and shit like that.
I'm not really. I'm like kind of pick. I don't want to say I'm a picky.
How about poutine though? Like specific, you enjoy poutine?
Yeah, poutine's fire.
La Belle Province.
Oh yeah, I've had that before. I used to always order that on DoorDash. That's fire. That's fire.
Or Valentine or Valentine.
Oh, I haven't tried that. Maybe I'll try that.
Right? They're like not expensive. They're just really quick fast food places. They're everywhere in Montreal, but their poutine is like the quintessential way a poutine is made.
For
They're not
real.
being fancy or whatever.
But are there local spots that'll argue that somewhere like those franchises have more authentic poutine? Because it's like, oh, those are franchises. So like,
Is Valentine's a franchise?
They're all franchises, like
Oh, okay.
Valentine and La Belle Province. They're like big franchises over there.
Okay.
But like, you're going to get the more regular poutine. They're not going to try to get it, make it like jazz it up and shit like that.
Okay.
You know
just
what
like
I'm saying?
standard poutine.
Standard, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like, if that's what you want, like if you want to know what a poutine tastes like, you know, if you go to all these other like restaurants and stuff like that, they might try to like jazz it up a little bit too much for
exactly.
you. If you just want to know what the regular Montreal person is eating and like what that tastes like, you got to go to them places,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Now, La Belle Province, it always got me right still.
Yeah, and it's cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you can go get some Shane shows or hot dogs, steamed hot dogs.
Shane shows.
Yeah,
What's that?
bro. It's just steamed hot dogs, fam.
Oh,
like,
okay.
yo, Quebec food is not like some crazy highbrow shit, bro. Steamed hot dogs, freaking like sloppy Joe freaking sauce on a freaking burger. And
That's what they were arguing to preserve
Yeah.
so hard. Like, we must protect Saint Show. What if they take our Saint Show?
Yeah, like freaking peas, like green peas and shit like that. Like, fuck
Couchon
outta here.
and viande.
Yeah, like I think the smoked meat is like the most like sophisticated thing. And no diss to like the white Montrealers, you know what I'm saying? But like the shit is not like, oh my God, this is delicacy.
So
No.
sophisticated.
No, it's like poor people food. You know what I'm saying? But hey, poor people food be the best.
That's true.
Right?
Sometimes.
As far as
What are you gonna say?
but yeah, welcome back, gentlemen. As far as myself, I did an interview with Bucks GME.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
Okay.
Like when you're, you know, you just gotta be strong and like I said, strong-minded. You know what I'm trying to say? Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So what I'm trying to say, and physically. So it's like these type of things that matter. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you gotta adapt to your environment. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I was raised in this shit. So at the end of the day, I already been through the worst of my life in certain situations. So it's like whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? It is what it is right now. You know.
No, real talk.
And I know this is not gonna be my life forever, you know, even though that's what they want, right? This is what they wanted, but yo, just never put that P before the E value, you know what I'm trying to say? Only before the I, you know what I'm trying to say?
Big air horns. Right? Big salute to Bucks GME. He's currently doing time in the East Detention. He's waiting to go to the pen, right? Because he got convicted, I think about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago now. Of manslaughter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? But he tapped in, he hit me up, he's like, yo, I want to get an interview going on before he goes and does his pen time. And we got on the phone for about an hour in total, and the interview's about 50 minutes, 45 minutes in total. So I got to talk to him about what's going on inside with him, a little bit about his case, his experience in there over like he's been gone for like the last 4 years. So yeah, it was 4 years ago, right?
That was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he's been gone for a minute.
Damn, it feels like it was just a year ago.
The conviction was like just a year ago,
Okay.
right? So he's been there for a minute. We talked about the COVID times to now, rappers that he's bumped into. So full exclusive interview. I don't think Bucks GME has any interviews. It's always been books.
Does he listen to the pod?
I think they're able to get some kind of way. I kind of asked that on the interview too, but then when I asked him, I was like, am I asking the right question? Because he might be incriminating himself, being like, yeah, we watch it all the time. We just finished watching it. It's like, but I'm sure like sometimes somebody might have a phone in there and they're like watching the pod, fam. Like I hear from the man them in jail, bro.
Do you get time and a half for that time before you get to the pen?
Not anymore. I don't know if they brought it back, but when I was doing my time back in like the 2010s, they got rid of time and a half, like in 2010. Yeah. There was like, I think it was like February of 2010. They were like, no more time and a half.
So he's already done 4 years of his 15-year bit.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. But the thing is, when it comes to manslaughter, you don't do 2/3. You have to do the full 15 years. So if he's 4 years in of that, then he would have like 11 years like down the road to look forward to, or not look forward to, but he has to deal with. But yeah, salute to Bucks. didn't expect to have a Bucks GME interview, and now there's one uploaded to the member section.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely watch that because, like, I grew up in Melbourne, so like to kind of see how some of these guys ended up, like it's just very interesting. You know what I mean? It's due to circumstances or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get into whatever politics, but like just to be from the outside looking in, to see them as like youths, to how their story progress.
Yeah.
It's just like it's very interesting, But
yeah, when we were introduced to Bucks and Boogs, they were like, what, 17 or something like that? They were hella young, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you sense any sort of incoming criticism regarding you interviewing an individual who on camera was caught doing a heinous crime?
Not more criticism that I'm usually used to dealing with. Like, he wouldn't be the person who has the most heinous crimes on the record that I've interviewed from behind bars. Like, I've interviewed Mark Moore, aka Presidente. He was like known as Toronto's first like hip hop serial killer, right? Because he, caught he was convicted for 4 bodies that it was within a month or like 2-month span.
But those viewers or commenters that'll say, "Oh, Friday, you shouldn't give this type of person a platform. This is the reason why the culture is X, Y, Z."
Yeah.
Because obviously you're thinking about, from a journalistic or YouTube perspective. But when you hear that, what do you think?
I also think about it from the perspective of I have a hip hop platform that I'm putting together like the whole scene, like all of the pieces of the scene that you could look at later on and be like, we had the Cardinal Officials to the mans them who took penitentiary chances and are actually in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as a glorification. I look at it as like, this is a teachable moment. Like, I'm talking to somebody who's not going to be seeing road for a long time or ever, like a Heartless G, Tyshawn Riley. Like, I've spoken to a lot of people who are doing life. And I think the viewer should learn from that. Like, yo, I never want to be putting myself in a situation where like I could be facing that kind of time, rather than saying, why are you putting these kind of people on the screen?
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? And if they have a problem with me putting it on the screen, then don't watch. Because I'll find those people putting a paragraph in the comments, but they won't put a paragraph under the comments of something when we're talking about somebody who didn't kill somebody or allegedly kill somebody.
And to be honest, these conversations are important because like we had Jordana the other day, and like I was even making jokes before, like, oh, I want to get this weapon, I want to get that weapon. But like after that conversation with Jordana and seeing other people's stories, like a small altercation can kind of like snowball into something that you had no intention of, like just because you have something on you and you decide to use it, now you're in like a whole next set of problems,
Yeah, fam. And we've seen too many people's careers get cut short
over petty problems.
Petty problems or just their lifestyle. It might not be a petty problem to them because their lifestyle is all evolved around petty shit or just being, taking it to the umpteenth degree over respect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, this is going to sound maybe a bit left field, but if I was in charge politically, I would take all those like street youths and just put them in the military. It's like,
interesting.
Yo, like, you want to drill? Like, you want to spill? Like, all right, spill for your nation. Like, because, it takes a certain type of person to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And like, there are gifts. There are different gifts for everyone. Everyone has their gifts. What if your gift is that you're a marksman, you're a sniper? Like, that could be your gift and you wouldn't even know because you never explored that option. But if you're able to like identify the kid's gifts or skills, it's like, okay, this guy's good at like combat or like military tactics.
Yeah, but you're asking a criminal now to become part of the law.
That and like obedience as well. Like,
yeah,
if there's a bunch of criminals over there, they could. They have something over there called flogging or whatever, where like they accidentally smoke the sergeant because the sergeant's trying to send them out to do some BS. So they could just flog the sergeant, and then now all these criminals they could roam free in Taiwan.
I hear that. I think what you'd have to do is instill a very strong sense of national identity from a young age, and you need a strong culture for that. Because you go to other countries, like, they're actually willing to die for their country.
The criminals?
criminals and just the regular citizens.
Isn't that what they're doing in Ukraine? At least in Ukraine, that's what they did, right? They took a lot of the people that were in jail and said, just go fight in the war.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it's a good solution to be able to get out of jail, but like, I just feel like there's so much underlying issues that put that person in jail in the first place. Could be mental issues, like neurological issues like ADHD and different things like that they were growing up that kind of made them slip through the cracks. So it's like, now you're going to take that person and make them into a soldier and they're going to be like in line?
Well, yes. And if you look at the FBI, like let's say there's some computer hacker. He's like a genius hacker. The FBI is going to find this guy and be like, yo, we need you to take your skills and apply them to fighting for your country in some way.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be the same as that. Like you'd have to identify the kids who have like a propensity to violence, perhaps, and then like train them to be military.
So the guys that we just
personnel.
mentioned, those are the guys that we're talking about?
Which guys?
Never mind.
I don't even remember who the hell we were talking about. But
who were we talking about?
Like boxing those
Oh,
men. Like you want to send them to.
It's too late for that.
No, well, like all of the people who've been
Iran.
convicted of like murders and stuff like that, like, yeah, it's we mentioned them. It's real shit. Like they're already convicted. It's like, well, you know, it's not a diss.
This is more of a preventative measure, not a solution to people who have already, you know, committed these crimes.
Well, that's the thing. How are you going to identify that person, like
Exactly.
their propensity to violence before the act is actually committed?
What's that movie again where they could kind of like sense the crime you were going to do and then they would, like, arrest you for it? I don't remember what that movie's called, but it's kind of giving those vibes.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much like mentalism, but something along those lines where there would have to be surveillance. And then you'd like look at his Google searches. It's like, like Jimmy's been getting a little aggressive with his Google searches. Like, it sounds like he's going to beat someone up.
He's had a little bit too many fights in school. Let's get him now while he's young.
It's
I
like,
feel like they already do that with the CIA and stuff. That's how they vet who they want to bring into their association.
yeah, but that's like on an applicant basis. I'm talking like generally for citizens. At the same time, though, it is like impeding on privacy. But I just feel like it's a viable solution. Like, I don't know, you know, like with those like ADHD kids, like once they find something they're good at, they can just lock in. I feel like it's the same for kids who have a propensity towards violence or crime. It's like they can just take their energy and apply it to somewhere productive for society.
But you know, and we'll get to like our hip hop topics in a second. Like, you know, a lot of those kids overlap, right? It's because of their like learning disabilities or different things they had in school. People weren't giving them the right attention. They ended up just quitting, going on road, or like the streets was easier call for them. And the next thing you know, they ended up in a life of crime. But if that stuff was addressed and fixed, right, like, and they had the right attention, then they wouldn't go into crime in the first place to be one of your soldiers or later.
And how much like combat war is happening these days where like we could just send your people over there to go smoke mans.
There's always peacekeeping missions.
They're just gonna go over there, just be smoking mans, just like
no, they're supposed to just be there, just chilling with their, just knowing that there's a military presence.
They might have to smoke a 1-2 man every now and then.
I would take that over the bin.
I don't know if I'm willing to have that person, that peacekeeper, like he used to be a criminal and he might have a freaking itchy trigger finger, and I'm just walking by with my kids and like the peacekeeper shot me because I looked at him wrong.
I seen a crazy video the other day. Basically, like some explosion went off or whatever, right? And then like some people got injured. And then the soldiers, they just went over there. Like there was like a kid or whatever. Like the kid was still alive, but I guess like his leg or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they just smoked the youth. You know what I mean? And then like I think the American government, they kind of caught some flack for that still.
Sounds like an inmate decision to me. Anyhow, we were just talking about a bunch of nothing right now, or a bunch of somethings but we have topics. The Junos.
I want to give a quick minute to give a shout out to Exotic Hot Pots, Canada's loudest brand. From high-grade strains to authentic grabber and all the rolling essentials, Exotic Hot Pots is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. If you want delivery, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop crew sent you. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer!
Now, I made a mistake thinking that the Junos was last night.
That was like the pre-ceremony. Tonight's like the official.
Yes. So tonight or Sunday, or while people are watching this on Monday, was the Junos. But the pre-ceremony, they gave out a lot of awards.
All the awards I cared about was in the pre-ceremony.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I swear I saw videos of awards.
Did you guys watch it? Because I have a lot to say about it.
I watched some clips.
So I'm gonna pull up the Junos Awards page here. Let me just go to Instagram here and find their page.
Shout out Sad Boy.
Yeah, Sad Boy. She won award for what was it? Actually, I'll pull it up.
We don't even know that. Do you know Northside Benji's album? What the name is?
I forget the name of the album.
Lucas.
But it was definitely in the nominations as well. You know what? I'm gonna just go to my own page. Actually, it's down here. There we go.
So they gave all the Black awards yesterday?
Most of them, I think, or all of them.
And this is only.
I seen like contemporary and classical and all that stuff. They give out enough. I seen animation, all that.
Yeah. If you go through the Junos page, if you could pull that up on the screen right there for me, Jake. If you go through the Junos page, just look at this Ronald McDonald looking lady over here.
Yeah.
A few different people. So like they gave out more than just Black people shit, right? But a lot of the Black people shit was last night. So here's Sad Boy.
We love hip hop.
I'm so honored to be here. I want to thank everyone who supported me and believed in me. I do this for the girls, and this is only proof that bad decisions build great careers. So thank you, boys.
So, and then and this is for rap album of the year or / EP of the year, right? It was presented by My Singer Monsters. I guess that's what the monsters are behind her. And Maestro got one for his children's book.
How's everybody feeling? Listen, besides the Hall of Fame, I haven't won a Juno Award since 1991, man. This is beautiful. Oh, man, for rap recording of the year. But listen, big up to my man TJ, Doug J, Warren, my brother, Solitaire, Socrates, Tone Mason on the production, Jordan and Simone Denny, all right? For your vocals, the kids, K-Lou, I love you, man. King Rain, rest in peace.
All right,
Adrian, Kiana, Lilani, Malachi, Teo, Naraya, Tyler, Stephen Hero, Paul Milner, St. John, New Brunswick, I love you. This is all about teach the kids. If you study your past, you might learn something to help you in the future. God bless. Maestro Fresh Way.
Consummate professional all the time, bro.
It's meant a lot to him still.
No,
congratulations.
No, salute to Maestro, because Maestro, I'll say this before I show you guys the next award. He's been able to transition to different things in the entertainment industry and always be able to get some kind of check out of the shit.
This reminds me of like when Pharrell just won the Grammy for gospel.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, all right.
Nah, natural. This guy is slick with it. This guy said must mean a lot to him.
Hey, listen, man. Don't diss the Godfather.
I didn't say anything, bro.
Yeah, wow. First he said, wow, he worked 30 years for that. Not long for that.
No.
Then he said, must mean a lot to him.
I didn't say it. I'm on my Mark Lamont today. But what I will say is, he's a Black man, so I'm not mad that he got that, you know? But a lot of the awards that were given out, it did feel like a lot of like PC awards. You know?
Yes.
But before I get to that, let me just congratulate some people.
Okay.
Melanie Fiona, big up, because she got, I think it was either songwriter or R&B, but she be in my comments. I want to big up Melanie Fiona. That wasn't no PC. She deserved that.
Oh, I'm going to pull it up. One take.
Years of practicing saying no.
We love hip hop alumni.
And saying yes. And what lies on the other side of that. And this song is a reflection of that. And so I'm so very proud. I'm so grateful to my collaborators. I want to dedicate this award to the women and the mothers.
I can't play that because it's going to be copyright music.
They played the music on her. What?
That's crazy. Also, another rap award. Toby. Toby, Socrates, and Julie Black. They got single of the year.
The usual suspects.
Salute to Toby.
First of all, I want to say shout out to Don Mills, who is the producer of the song, Illmind. He opened the portal for this to happen right now. Secondly, I want to say thank you to my team and everybody that I worked with. My brother David Lee, I couldn't have done this without you. And I want to say thank you to Julie Black and Socrates. I grew up listening to these guys on the radio, and they were so iconic to me. I listened to their voices growing up, so to do this with them is so beautiful. And I want to say thank you to Vivian Barkley for helping us with the paperwork as well. So thank you so much. And
all right, salute to Toby for winning that. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Get all your hate off now. And I have hate too, but I also have some reviews for you guys. You guys want? What do you want first? You guys want to get the hate off, or you want the reveal?
Let's hear the reveal first.
I was one of the people in the voting committee for the Juno Awards.
So you're the reason for all these PC awards?
No.
Wait, this is your reveal to the audience.
Yeah, I couldn't tell people. Like I voted like months ago.
But you showed us already.
I showed you guys.
Okay. I was like, yo.
I showed you guys like a while back, right? But like I wasn't allowed to like say it now that the awards are out. Like, yes, I was in the voting process. I got to go in the portal and see all of the different albums and the different categories of like for the rap stuff and like the R&B stuff, right? And I put in my votes for who I thought should have won. I actually voted for Sav for one of the categories. I think he was in there for an album of the year.
Wow. Okay. Just speaking on what I saw from this is the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Sad Boy. I'd have to see the other nominees, but I think she's deserving.
Northside Benji was in there.
I'd have to listen to his album.
I'll pull it up while you guys are talking.
Interesting dress, very provocative with the hands. And
that was fire. That was fire.
Fashion.
I might have to blank it off of YouTube, but yeah, I liked it.
In terms of her, speech regarding, bad decisions make good careers. I'd advise ladies not to live by that. But I hear what she's saying. She's speaking on her experience. As a general mantra, like if I had a daughter, like I wouldn't want her to live by that. But that's just me being nitpicky. In terms of the Toby single that won, never heard the song in my life. Would have been better if it was a more relevant song.
Well, actually, I follow Toby, so that's probably why
I never heard that song either. So.
Yeah, the song that he had with Socrates, Who's Driving You.
And you know what it felt like? It felt like our own like lower version of a Hollywood cabal, where it's like you're like the two OG veterans, like bringing in Toby. But it's funny because it's Canada, it's just on such a lower scale that it's like, it doesn't really hit the same mystically, like.
Interesting. So you think like when like people win a Juno Awards, like are they able to up their price and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's just very political.
No, they're not able to up no price, bro.
I feel like within their circles, it speaks to one another. It's like a stamp of approval, but I don't necessarily think it boosts your actual overall value, but I think politically it does.
I'm going to give you guys just quickly the people in the category. It was Toby and Socrates, like the winner, right? And it's Julie Black. Freddie Dredd. Not me. I'm not.
That sounds like you, bro. Freddie Dredd is crazy.
He's trying to sneak himself in there.
Right. Song is called Pursuit. Nav and Playboy Cardi, Unlimited. Connor Price and Big Sean Moolah. And Debbie Friday and Not Me Again. Bet on Me.
And what's interesting, Nav got nominated. Is Nav signed to a Canadian label or an American?
No, he signed to EXO.
Okay, because I
they
think
know Nav's not pulling on.
They prioritize those signed by Canadian labels.
Yeah, that's one thing. And what you also said too, Natural, like you're going to prioritize who's going to pull up because like Drake is not nominated for Junos anymore.
Yeah. And even, but you are right, those signed to Canadian labels. Is Tate McRae signed to Canadian label? Because she won a lot of awards, but she was not there, bro.
Yeah. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna accept this on her behalf. I'm like, but you know who I feel bad for? LTL, bro. They got robbed, fam. LTL got robbed from the Junos, broski. Pull up and shout out Naomi Cowan. I am very familiar. That's the person who won the Reggae Juno.
Yeah. So what's the category?
The reggae recording.
Okay, so let me see.
So they just have a reggae category, no dance hall, reggae.
Nah.
Okay.
But technically, dancehall is reggae.
Mm-hmm.
You go to back in the day, you would go to the dance hall to listen to reggae, but then eventually the two genres just started to like separate themselves like sonically. So,
Okay, so it says for 2026, the nominees is Esco Levy and Kylestone, or Esco Levi and Kylestone, Ready for You, Dagger Rhythm Cypher, Kirk Diamond, Dea, Naomi Cowan, Welcome to Paradise, and Samora and Anomi. Anoi.
That's the only one I don't know.
More reggae, Funk It Up. Those are the nominees. And who won? You said Naomi Cowan won?
Yeah. I don't even think she's from Canada.
Interesting.
Because
let me Google that.
Based on how I was introduced to her, she was like Jamaican, you know, she was heavy. She would visit Canada a lot, but I think now she's signed to a Canadian label.
Yeah, I'm doing a Google on her right now. If you could pull this up on the screen, one taker.
I'm not sure though. Look it up though. I'm not sure where exactly.
So singer,
Jamaican songbird.
About born in Jamaica, musically
born into Jamaican musical royalty.
Okay, born
Bro,
into.
And like no diss to her, but I just feel like she wasn't thriving in that market. So she just kind of like migrated here and kind of just like infiltrated the industry here. You know what I mean? Like, which is like not a bad strategy still, W method. But like
LTL is like homegrown.
I hate to see LTL, bro. Like
I don't know if they're all homegrown. Some of them are born in Jamaica.
Tune-Off is from out here, dog. JoJo's from out here. Enough members from the group are out here, bro.
Yeah.
That was a song made here, bro.
Yeah, and she's and I'm looked up on Google. Their Google AI gave me she's born in Jamaica.
And like we saw that song become popular in the city first.
Exactly. And then that song went worldwide. We don't know her song, bro.
Yeah.
But because if you look at like Esco Levi is independent now, that's probably why he's not winning the Junos anymore. Kurt Diamond, independent. She's the only one out of the nominees that's signed to a label. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, this is so like, why do we even support these award shows when we know it boils down to connections and being signed and like your political standing? Like, what's the point?
And you're not just talking about the Junos. That's all award shows.
Yes, but it hurts more for the Canadian ones because it's like, I don't know. You'd think we'd have more of a meritocracy here.
Well, the thing is, and I used to complain about the Junos, and I still complain here and there. And just because, you know, they let me on the inside to go, you know, be able to make some kind of change doesn't make a difference, like, to my complaints if I have them. But I also learned, and salute to the homie Arlo Maverick, who I got a lot of this information from. A lot of the them just don't apply, bro.
Like LTL,
I'm glad they applied.
They're literally nominated.
Yes. And unfortunately, I guess you got to kind of play the game to be around at the different spots, which I'm sure they've been to a lot of spots, but maybe they didn't play the game as good as Naomi Cowan.
Could they even play the game as good as her? Like, she's a pretty woman. Her parents were Jamaican musical royalty. She's
The
connected.
thing is, there's no game to play out here, bro. You just have to like kiss the best ass, bro. At least for the Oscars, there's kind of like a road to the Oscars. Like, okay, you have to either win the SAG or the BAFTA, and then you have to do this, that, blah, blah. There's kind of like a way to do it.
There is a thing. You have to be at certain events and stuff. I'm not even playing the game as much as I should be playing. Like, I should be at all of these places all the time with a suit on, like, not even just to like go catch coverage, just like to be there and shake the hands and stuff like that. Because then that pushes you up into a different echelon. And then now, you know, with all due respect, like you get the more Marlon Palmer treatment.
Yo, LTL opened for Vibes Cartel and Drake, dog. At the Scotiabank Arena, bro.
Yes.
Respectfully, Naomi Cowan, she's a good artist, but she didn't do nothing like that, bro. So, like, what game are we playing here, fam? Like, they were on DJ AG's live stream in London, UK, fam. Like, what more do we have to do?
I think, yo, you're right, bro. I think
you're not wrong. Yeah.
And this might be more representative of Canada as a whole, but because we don't have that ultra competitive spirit where we're really trying to identify the best of the best, it's more like, oh, we like Naomi better. Like she deserves it. She's been working hard. You know, like it's more like that as opposed to objectively speaking, LTL's song was the most impactful. Like it's more about, like you said, rubbing shoulders.
It's not only just rubbing shoulders, it also made me remember it's also the safer person. Like LTL, they're great guys and all that, but they come from the Gaza, they come from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool because they've gotten into the room that they need to get into, but it's also when it comes to that, with dancehall or reggae now, and hip hop, Canada's always chosen the safer people.
But it's dumb for them to do that. So I'll let you go. But one thing I'm going to say is if LTL were to have been awarded the Juno, you would see, in my opinion, like a spike of popularity and interest in specifically like Toronto dancehall. Like everyone would be like, oh, that's actually attainable.
Yeah, and you might even attract people from the demo that they represent to start watching the Junos, because a lot of them only give a shit about whatever clips that they might see, and they don't even give a shit about the clips, to be honest.
Exactly. I was just I don't remember what I was going to say actually.
But it extends to just beyond them, because like I said, I was part of the voting process, and I see names behind there like demand them. Like Casper was back there, like in the. I'm acting like they're like behind some like wall or whatever, but like I seen Casper's name. I've seen Northside Benji, like mans who applied will get nominated for a Juno.
Well, I remember what I was gonna say. It kind of sets a bad message to the artists, where it's like, yo, you could have the best year ever out of any Toronto dance hall artist. No Toronto dance hall artist has been on stage with Vybz Kartel. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, we're not gonna recognize you for it though. You guys could pull up and you guys could have a seat way in the back.
Yeah.
We'll call your name as a nomination, but that foreign shorty that's not even from here, that just has a connection to our guys, yeah, we're gonna give her the trophy.
That's disgusting, bro. And like, they killed so many dreams that night, low key, because bro, how many mans are in LTL? Like 6, like 5?
No, facts.
So, and each one of them have fans. So
No,
you know
but
how
they're
much
not
like
done.
It's not like they're done, but now I think going forward, they probably don't even want a Juno. Exactly.
Fuck Canada,
bro. We had the whole world turning up to our song, but our own country didn't even recognize us.
Well, you know who's probably this happened to as well? I'm just like I'm reimagining maybe Drake.
Yeah, but I feel like it would, in a way, it's unfair because Drake would just win every year, every award.
That and they circled back for Drake. Like they had Drake hosting the Junos early. I think it was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah. No, that was a little bit after that.
Okay, like was it 2011?
Yeah, it was because something like that, because like he was already famous.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
2009, 2010, he was still moving up, right?
And I just hate how either disengaged we are as consumers or it is as an industry, because so many of these Canadian acts I've never heard of, never seen.
Yeah.
Only like the urban ones are like somewhat familiar to me.
Yo, you know what it is? Shout out to the Remix Project. This is not a diss to the Remix Project. The Remix Project has produced some like phenomenal DJs, you know what I mean? But once you get into that system, it's like the Remix Project, when they have the opportunities, they're only looking for Remix Project DJs, you know what I mean? Like there could be an opportunity that could fit another DJ perfectly, but because they didn't go through this system, they're not checking for that person, you know? So I feel like that's what it is in all these Canadian industries, like, oh, you didn't come through our farm system, so we're not even looking at you type thing.
There's a little bit of that. Like, you know, maybe going through the right channels and stuff like that. Maybe not necessarily only remix, but like it's like, oh, if you went through this program or if you know these people, it might be easier. I won't say it's obsolete. Like people who didn't go through those systems can't make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say as a DJ, I'm an anomaly, bro. I'm seeing these remix DJs and the opportunities they get, and then like the independent niggas that are like scraggling out here, bro. And it's like it's night and day, bro. It's night and day.
I don't know. I'm not in the DJ world, so I can't tell you for sure. But like I know there's a lot of people who didn't go through that program that were able to flourish, whether it's music or entertainment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how much work you're willing to put in if you don't have those connections.
That too.
And I also think it might be different in America because in America, I feel like it's more individual connections and record labels and stuff. But here it's like government agencies or like non-for-profits that get a crazy budget every year. And now you got to get in with them because they can finance whatever project you have going and grants.
But connections do matter in Canada. But and just to push back again on that, not the remix thing, but just like going through certain organizations, it's more about the connections. Because like even over the years, I've been somebody who's been outside of that whole process, working within the industry. You know what I'm saying? But because I have so much connections that are inside of those doors, I've been able to, get me in contact with the right grant writers or write this person to do this, or I could get invited to some of these things if I want to go to some of these things because I know those people, but I don't go through their pipelines.
I was about to say, you don't feel like they kind of keep you at bay though?
All the fucking time. But that's also, I've also been able to, fam, we love hip hop exists. You know what I'm saying? And that's also to a point of where I'm like, because I felt sometimes where I was like on the outside, I'm like, nah, bro, there's no such thing as a gatekeeper. I'm gonna create some shit where I could do it whatever, how the fuck I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we could, rub shoulders or not.
And that's the same route I took with the DJing. But bro, the work, we have to do like 3 times the work to get half the recognition of like these industry guys that like they literally just be skipping through it, have flowers and daisies and rainbows. Like,
yes,
we have to grind it out, dog.
Yeah, but you know what will result from that? I think like game recognize game. So I think if you're funnier or a better DJ or more talented than these like industry artists or influencers, people will recognize, they'll recognize, and it's just a matter of time before your numbers exceed them. But I don't know. Me personally, I think like if you're so great that people can't deny it, it's like even if your views are lower, it's like, okay, clearly this guy's a better guy.
Talent doesn't always equal opportunity, bro.
It doesn't always equal opportunity, but I think it equals recognition a lot of the times. Like if you're so undeniable, but your numbers are low, like I think it's just a matter of time before people catch on.
As a nigga that was undeniable, bro, I literally had to make myself literally just like super valuable, dog. Like trust me, bro. Like I know man, I'm thinking I'm joking, but promoters literally called me and said, like, yo, when you said Asian DJs are taking over the dancehall space, man, them decided they're not working with you, bro.
Yeah,
like
blackballed.
Like, and that's how it goes, bro. You could do one thing. It might be the way you look. It might be your ideologies. You know what I mean? Like your political affiliations, whatever it is, bro.
But they couldn't truly blackball you in that sense. Like
me, but a lot of niggas ain't me, bro. And I'm not saying as a boss.
Be more like natural.
I'm not saying this as a boss. Like, yo, a lot of them just be like, yo, fuck it. Like, why am I fighting so hard?
They just give up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I quit. I'm not going to disagree with you. I had a whole rant last week about the blogs and stuff like that. They literally are like, yo, we're not going to try to elevate your content. We'll find some other shit that's happening in America and repost that.
Exactly.
Like, there's literally a podcast that's breaking news, interviewing people on a weekly basis for them that they don't repost.
They wait until someone else talks about it and then they post that.
Exactly. So there's been gatekeeping. There's or not gatekeeping, but there's clicking.
Yeah.
We're a very cliquey country.
Yeah.
So, and we'll close this topic. We see it in the results of a lot of the times in the Junos, right? If you don't go and make sure that you're rubbing shoulders in the right clicks and stuff like that, you might not win the Juno. Mind you, the people who did win, all very talented too.
I agree.
So I'm not going to take any of that away from them because Toby, to me, is one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying?
And I seen Toby from his Rise days.
Yeah.
And then like to where he is now. So I do give him that credit.
Yeah.
Melanie Fiona definitely deserved that 100%.
Yeah. and you know what makes me proud too? I interview all of them people, bro.
Mud.
Like, mine is Julie Black. God, that's the only interview I'm missing.
And Sad Boy.
We'll talk about that one another day.
I know someone that's crushing one of her good friends. Should I try to like?
No. Don't even worry about it because it's a whole other story.
Okay.
The whole other story with that. And one day, One day I will address that Sad Boy interview that never happened.
Really?
Yes.
Mad.
I had a Sad Boy interview booked, but I digress. Joey Badass actually had a really smart tweet. And it's not about Joey Badass, the segment here. He made a tweet calling out J. Cole. He said, and Jid. He said that he has Jid under his umbrella, one of the guys that's in, is it Earth Gang or Dreamville? I forget, right? Dreamville, right? But he doesn't have Jid on his album, right? He's had him, like they've done the Dreamville Collab album and all that type of stuff. But when it comes time for J. Cole to drop his album, he don't invite like a man like Jid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is this shit gone? Damn.
Honestly, is it gone?
I'll find a tweet. It's.
I'm gonna be real. This topic doesn't really get me going. Like he said, that guy should have been on his album. Like I don't know, bro.
Okay, well,
J. Cole's album sucked anyways. We should be talking about Kanye's album right now.
We will.
Do you think that as an artist who signed other artists, it's your
duty?
Yeah, it's your duty to put them on the biggest platform possible, which would be your album.
I think it's in your best self-interest from a business perspective, but it's your creative freedom and control as an artist to choose whether you want to do that.
J. Cole wasn't trying to get smoked on his own album, so
whatever the reason is, his own creative freedom, creative control.
Okay, I got the tweet. All right, Zar, can you see that from here?
Yeah. Okay. So this is from Joey Badass. My sentiment is this type of thing happens all the time. This is just a recent example that I think is clear. By the way, the topic was about sparring in hip hop, the Hove interview. This is not just about J. Cole. This is actually about lyrical rap as a subgenre, period. My sentiment is that there's a scarcity mindset in the subgenre, and usually the top guys don't invite other hungry spitters onto their own tracks. Let me give Cole his flowers real quick, just to be clear, because I loved the album and I've always loved him as an MC and person. But I stand on what I'm saying. The evidence is there. There's a difference between doing features for blank and featuring blank on your own work. And for the record, if blank wholeheartedly thought Jid didn't fit on TFO, that's your opinion, but he's also not featured on any other J. Cole album.
Ooh, sound effect.
Didn't J. Cole just say if hip-hop was dead, Jid would be platinum on a throwaway mixtape, by the way, but then not feature him at all on the mixtape or the album when either would have made sense? All I'm saying is notice the trend in this specific subgenre. Sincerely, a lover of the art form of lyrical rap.
I think that this is the topic, fam. Like, because J. Cole's not the only one who's guilty of this. I will give Kendrick his like, if we're going to talk about the big three, I'll give him his credit. He does feature like a somebody on his album. Like, did Baby Keem feature on his shit?
Yep. Not GNX, but his last album, Mr. Morale. Yep.
Mr. Morale. Baby Keem was on that, right? So like he put on his new up and coming artist on his album. There's one thing to feature on their shit or have a one-off with your artist. You know what I'm saying? People might try to go at Drake, but Drake has also had OVO artists on his album. Majid Jordan was on Hold On, I'm Coming Home on his album, on one of his biggest albums.
But that was Majid Jordan's track, though.
Yes, but he still didn't just hug the track and then cut them off.
He couldn't sing those high, you know what I mean? You had to leave the niggas on there.
But he gave them a look.
He did.
On Nothing Was the Same is some of his people's favorite Drake album, right? Yeah, Party Next Door is on a lot of Drake shit on the album.
But these are people that's writing. I don't think that's the same. Like, he's talking about spitters that don't want other spitters to outshine them, bro. Pause.
Well,
that sounded crazy.
Back in, yeah.
Hey, yo, chill.
Back in the days, it was more of a thing. Like, what's the name? Wayne had put Drake on albums, right? To help put some shine on Drake. Same thing with Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z put almost all of his artists on his album. He put J. Cole on an album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's a point here to what they're saying with Jid. It'd be one thing if Jid was just like some guy who, like, you know, he got a couple mixtapes, nobody knows who he is. He's a Grammy-nominated artist at this point, and you're still not drawing for him, but he's on your label?
Didn't J. Cole do something recently where like he released all of his artists and like he gave them a percentage, like he gave them their masters back and everything?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that, but if possible, sure.
Yeah, I think that's something that he did. So
what about the other albums before that?
Fair point. No, I agree with you. Still. I think that's a bad look still, but
like it's like a lot of the times the artist will say it just didn't artistically fit. Right? But like you got these guys who you thought were musically inclined to sign them. So I think the best look to do is give them the biggest platform, which is your album. You know what I'm saying?
And I think the perspective that Joey Badass is coming from is as a fan. Like, think about it. Jay-Z and Eminem did a song both in their primes back in the day.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of like he's seeing it as you owe it to the subgenre to do a song with a real lyrical MC like Jid, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, when Wayne and Drake did Ransom, Ignorant Shit, Believe Me, as a rap fan, that shit was like God tier, bro, because they're both rapping at super high levels. And it's like, it's debatable who went harder, you know what I mean? Because mans are just going super crazy. And I just feel like, but J. Cole, he says he's competitive, but then he just dropped an interview the other day where he's like, oh, I'm capping when I say I want to be the best.
Yeah, with Mello, right?
Yeah, bro. So it's like, anytime there's any sort of competition, the man's not trying to, you know what I mean? Like,
so maybe he doesn't want to have Jid on his album to out rap him. I know maybe this last album is like, might not fit because he's doing like his life story, Fayetteville, Ray Tay. But like albums before, you know, you'd be like, yo, maybe that ego is there where it's like, I don't want to have this guy just beat the shit out of me on my don't tune.
But if Jay-Z could kind of allow that, like everyone told him Eminem out-rapped him on Renegade, but Jay-Z still understood that this was going to be a larger cultural moment, then you should just be cool with that.
Renegade is a good example, but he wasn't signed to Rockefeller.
Yeah.
When he got on tracks with Beans, I was like, I don't know if Beans' verse might be better than Jay's. Like, he put Beans on 12 a.m. 12 a.m. on the way to the club. That's on a Jay-Z album, bro. That's like song number 3 on the album, bro. And he put on his artist fresh off the street, bro.
Even, this is a little bit different, but when Kanye made Monster, he said, yo, he listened to Nicki Minaj's verse and he had to really sit with himself like, yo, this verse is better than any verse on my whole album. Am I really gonna put, like, this is my album and I don't have the best verse on it? I feel like a lot of artists, they kind of have that mindset where it's like, nah, like I need to have the best verse on my album type thing. You know?
If they're lyrical rappers, maybe these new rappers these days, they don't give a shit about none of that. Right?
You know what?
Get along.
What's interesting is I think before the whole Kendrick Drake fiasco, Cole would have put different rappers on his songs, but I feel like now because he has to prove himself again, it's almost like he probably wants more control. He probably feels a little more insecure. Whereas before his perception was like he didn't care what people thought. So like, who cares if he out raps me?
Nah, but his albums was always very self-centered. Like, yo, I made the beats, I arranged it, I mixed it, I mastered it. It got to a point where people said, yo, your shit sounds repetitive. Start working with other people.
Yeah, get another producer on there, brother.
And even when you're saying, oh, the Fall Off is his life story, the niggas you sign aren't a part of your life story.
I listened to Rory and Maul's podcast the other day with the next brother. I forget his name. He was like, yo, the man rapped about Biggie and Pac. What part of his life story is that?
You know what I mean?
Right? So it's like, he's confined room to do a couple of other things. Let the man get 8 bars, not even a whole 16, 8 bars, brother. But where's Boss?
But what if, right, and hear me out, what if Cole's like aware that, you know, a song with him and JID would be a big song, but he's like, yo, I just want this for me. Like, I want this to be me. Like, I want this to be my art.
So that sounds a little selfish.
It is selfish, yeah. But what if that, like, I think as an artist, you have that right to want to be selfish with your art or you know, execute your vision, which might be without JID. But I hear what Joey Badass is saying with, you know, that it would be beneficial for the culture to have 2 lyrical gladiators.
Low-key, I think that's why he was beefing with Jay-Z. Because he even raps about it. Oh, Jay-Z sat me down with Stargate, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
And then Jay-Z in his recent interview was talking about, I had a certain vision for J. Cole. J. Cole was trying to do his own shit. I'm glad it worked out for him, but I just had different plans for him. You know what I mean?
He had the Mr. Nice Watch vision for him.
I feel like that would have been a better lane, like the villain light skin, but like heel, you know, whereas like he kind of went like the good guy and turned heel by accident.
Yeah,
whereas
but
like
he
if he
made
did
million-
Mr. Nice Watch, he would have just been heel from the beginning.
I think if he went to what Jay-Z wanted, he would have already fizzled out. He wouldn't be part of the big three.
You think so?
Yeah, I cringed when I used to see the Varsity Jacket.
I agree. I didn't like
Cole.
that album.
Once you started growing the dreads and the freaking album that came out right after, I was like, the Born Sinner album.
Oh, that was such a good album.
I was like, oh, I like Cole.
Yeah, that was a good album.
Who was that other guy on that album before with the Varsity Jacket? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was two different Coles. And it was one guy that Jay-Z was trying to influence.
Yeah.
And, you know, let me get on your album, but let me get on your album and do a song, Mr. Nice Watch. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
But I think there was like a medium that they could have found where it's like, yeah, you can get a beat from Pharrell and Timbaland and stuff, but also make like J. Coleify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But even like this feature conversation thing, right? And I don't want to pick at the OVO mans in any type of way, all right? So don't take this as a dig, all right, guys? Drake features on the Mandem stuff, like he features on Smiley stuff. He's featured on Roy Woods stuff. Like Roy Woods is not a rapper. Who else is rappers in their crew? Baka.
Nobody be rapping in OVO, respectfully.
Yeah, they don't really sign too many rappers, so it's kind of really because like we can use the example of Smiley, but Smiley was on his shit.
What album?
On For All the Dogs. He didn't have a bunch of bars, but he said, yeah.
Nah, that doesn't count.
It's a one bar.
That doesn't count.
But at least he mentioned his name. He made him do the ad lib. So it's like, all right, this is where I can at least fit you into the tune. I've been talking about you.
J. Cole mentioned JID on the tape.
Yeah. So I guess maybe Drake is guilty of the same, but it's hard to do that when you don't have like a team full of spitters, bro.
Is Drake afraid to sign
some spitters? Ooh, that might be the question. Because they exist. And people have been complaining about that for years, right? Salute to Smiley. But they're like, yo, we're coming here to man them or like real bars, man. Like, yo, fam, like, yo, we can even help you with the ghosting. Like, we chop liver.
Like, look at who he put. McConan, Black Boy JB.
Black Boy, he never signed him.
I know, I'm just saying people he co-signed and shit, you know? Like, Smiley, Snow Day. There's not really many rappers who he gave, like, the co-sign like that.
The Migos, Central C.
Okay, Central C, I'll give you Central C.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's gotten on tracks with lyrical guys. He doesn't just like Rick Ross. Him and Rick Ross have almost a whole catalog of songs together.
But he didn't put them mans on though. I'm talking about people he put on.
I feel like, and this is all like theoretical, but I feel like
Ice Spice, Sexy Red.
Drake's world that he lives in, he's probably very much the center of it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything revolves around him, all these different crews, personnel, staff, you know. So like I feel like he would never sign someone that could potentially outshine him at like a party or something. Where
He doesn't want to end up like Wayne.
Maybe, and you see what happened. He smashed Wayne's girl and thing like while he was in the like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he learned. He's like, yo, you can't sign someone better than you because look what happened with Wayne.
He got rich off of signing. Well, he had to fight with Birdman over that money. Somebody got rich. Like they signed him, fam. Like that's fine too.
Yeah, but now you fell off.
Yeah,
because
he's 40 years old.
Your prodigy surpassed you. I think that's more like when you fall off.
But I think that's how it's supposed to be. Like, I rate the fact that Wayne did that, but I can see the person who was like, I'm not putting on the nigga that's going to take me out. What the hell?
Okay, so Jay-Z's a better human or maybe a better businessman than all of these guys put together because he literally put on guys who, you know, arguably can be more talented than him.
You put on Rihanna, put on Kanye West.
Kanye West, brother.
Even though people would say it was Dame that did that, Jay-Z didn't really want it, but
still, like the ink was dried, and like he got on tunes with him. He made him. He put him on the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like he even gave him some bars, bro.
Reluctantly though, he wanted Ye to stay a producer.
Yeah.
He wasn't with that rapping shit.
Yeah, but that worked out amazingly. And then they made a whole album together.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like Jay-Z needed that album more than Ye did.
Yeah. But if they didn't take the chances, like he might have been reluctant, but he still was like, all right, whatever, let Dame do whatever, sign this guy. And it worked out amazingly, fam. And he was always like very much like, oh, my guy, Memphis Bleak, new improved Jay-Z. It didn't work out that way, but that was his intention.
So who was the last successful prodigy teacher duo? Like, where it's like one artist brought in another artist. Like, is it Kendrick and Baby
I was about
Keem?
to say Kendrick and Baby Keem. Don Toliver, Travis.
Don Toliver and Travis. I would also say Travis and, well, I wouldn't say Kanye.
Playboy Cardi and them Opium niggas. Like,
what's his name? I forgot the name. It's like a regular name.
Yeah, but we're just not young enough to know. But like, you trust me, he's one of the big guys.
He's like has a first and last name. It's not like a rapper name. You know what I'm saying? But people will shit on us in the comments. But I would also say Rick Ross and Meek.
Get up.
Yeah, that's kind of like last generation. That's kind of like Wayne Drake era.
Yeah. But like when it was still in style to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think it's becoming as much in style. Like, you have like QC that put on Lil Baby, but the Migos didn't put on Lil Baby.
Dirk Pooh Shiesty?
That was more so
camps.
Gucci Man that did that. Gucci Man put on Pooh Shiesty.
No, but Dirk, King Von.
Yeah.
Yeah. He he put King Von under his arm, like, okay, this is my guy. He bought he bought him to the Breakfast Club interview.
Yep.
That's the first time I ever got to see Von is like through a Lil Durk interview.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's putting on, and this guy is so talented, he might surpass me. King Von is a better rapper than Durk to me.
Facts.
And he had more of a cult following.
Yes.
And that's what Mans was saying about Ye and Drake. We're like, yo, Ye and Jay. Oh, Kanye is way better than Jay-Z, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know, maybe Mans is seeing this pattern and it's like, yo, I'm number one. I'm not going to get replaced by my own doing.
Well, think about Pop Smoke and Fabio 4, and like, I feel like Fabio could never get to that level of Pop Smoke.
Yeah, and I don't even think that there was a put-on thing. I think these guys are just in the same crew or same area, and like they blew up at the same time.
But they weren't like joint business-wise.
Yeah. It wasn't like, yo, check out my new guy, Fabio Foreign. Like, Fabio was older than Pop Smoke.
And it was Mace that signed Fabio.
It was. It was.
For like 30 bands or something like that.
Yeah. But listen, salute to Joey Badass. Right? I just thought it was a good conversation in there about the putting on. It wasn't about Joey Badass getting at J. Cole, just the artist putting on other artists. Was in there. I'm gonna skip this Lil Beretti versus YG story. Right? I think I don't know if you guys want to get into that deep Toronto lore.
What are the topics we got?
I got the Kanye West album here.
Roll Ready Detailing, now open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66, specializing in ceramic coating perpetual with warranty, PPF, tints, wraps, vinyl wraps, and hand car washes. Remember, we clean anything on wheels.
Jeez.
Okay. I was playing some songs in the beginning of the podcast. The Bully album is out now. I feel kind of duped.
What do you mean duped?
Because the shit is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
But he ain't saying anything crazy on there like he's been saying for the last 3 years. So is that mental health? Or was he just playing this game for the last 3 years, stirred up mad attention, and then just is like pulled back, and then it's like, oh, this is what I have for you instead?
Well, it wouldn't be allowed to go on streaming if he was saying that stuff.
Yes.
Even the HH track, like on streaming, it has to say hallelujah instead of
but that's not in existence anymore type shit. Like he's just like, I pulled all that back and here I am now with my the old Kanye basically. So like, was that all a trick just to get our attention so that you can drop bullies at the end of all that? Or were you really going through like a freaking episode for the last 3 years?
I think he was really going through it, and to some extent, like the man was doing nitrous and stuff. Like he was doing streams with academics, bro. You know what I mean? Linking up with top 5. Like you have to be going through some sort to make these decisions. You know what I mean?
No, he was doing everything at one point, bro. Like remember, he wore the freaking hood, the K's hood, the all black one.
Yeah, but he did that Yeezus times as well.
I don't know, bro.
So I just feel like I still think he feels the same way, but he realized that like they're just gonna keep shutting down every platform I go to. So like I'm gonna have to package it a little bit better. You know what I mean? So scale back. I'm gonna shake the rabbi's hand. Da da da. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna have my wife direct the video, and then
just in time.
Let's try this again.
So. What do you think? Sorry, are we getting duped?
I don't think we're getting duped. I think just because the music is apolitical doesn't mean Kanye isn't inherently political. I think he kind of explained why he went on that stream of consciousness that we all saw.
Yeah,
but man, the music is like timeless music, low key, bro.
That's good shit.
And like the thing with me, I noticed there was only one song with trap drums, the second song, I think. But every other song, the drums were like different. It was more like borderline, like pop, like 80s pop, like rock, like. And I know Kanye has always been like iffy about his drums and how they hit, but I was just very satisfied with the percussion in the album, as well as just like the overall production. And the fact that a lot of them are like love songs or personal ballads. So they're good lyrics.
No, but like all of that shit just didn't happen all of a sudden. Like he made a whole Heil song. Like he was saying all of these things. And then like, it just kind of all summed up into, oh, sometimes I say crazy shit like in the album. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how did you go through one crazy episode, which might be bipolar, and then all of a sudden, like, you just have the same album?
Genius.
And it's not even like, is it genius? Because it's not like he wasn't releasing music that was crazy. I just mentioned the A.W.O.L song. Did we forget about the Cousin song? Like, that happened too.
But this is, okay, I might be a little biased saying this, but the music that he was releasing, like, it didn't sound bad. Like, I actually enjoyed the music that he was releasing sonically.
Yeah.
Even the Cousin song, like, after you get...
The Cousin song was crazy.
After you get past that little blah, 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 like, the harmonies and, like, the flow and everything is actually fire. Like, but I don't know, the man is just so musically inclined. You just can't take it away from him still. Like, that's just what he proves he always does the craziest thing, and then he forwards back from it. I feel like he maybe has like a kink of like, oh, let's see how many people I can make hate me and then make them circle back type thing.
See how far I can push this.
You know?
I think this time around, he might have pushed it to the farthest point where he might not get everybody back. We'll see what the first week sales are like.
Yeah.
But
it's
like,
number 1 on Apple right now.
That's true, right? But like, if it doesn't, like, I don't know if he's gonna get the same results as like he usually would get. Like,
if he gets 100K plus, I'm happy for him still.
Yeah.
And I think culturally, it's gonna be widely listened to right now, and I would argue it's a candidate for album of the year 2026 so far.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not even no X-File sounds, nothing, fam. It's just like
clear.
There's certain songs, and I wrote them down like just to keep some reference, like Sisters and Brothers.
Great song.
Hold on, let me see if I can play it. Listening audience, you guys are gonna get some treats, man. Oh man, this shit is so good. And I was irked that it was good.
Not like me, bro. As a Kanye fan, I'm just like, yep.
You're like, just in time.
We love hip-hop. We love hip-hop.
Okay.
Wow.
But even in the verse, he's still kind of referencing stuff. He's like, now that I'm back, what they gonna do with him? You know, like, he's still referencing things, just like, he's obviously not saying wild stuff. Cause like, they took away his bank account, they took away his children, bro.
Yes, and I understand that's rough, that sucks, but he was saying some wild shit. Like, I'm not gonna say the D3 thing that he went on, but when he said that, fam, that can jeopardize you being around your kids, bro. You're risking their life.
And the thing, well, for the masses, what I've been seeing, like on TikTok and stuff, with the whole war stuff going in, people are like, yo, Kanye was low-key right about Israel and certain people and stuff. Like, yo, the man went on Alex Jones. He had like a Yahoo, the Yahoo drink, and he had like a small fishing net. He's like, yo, this is net and Yahoo. And then the man started impersonating him and stuff. So like a lot of these clips are resurfacing and people are like, yo, low-key, like again, years later, he was right. We called him crazy, blah, blah, blah. He did go a little too far with what he was saying.
Yeah, he said like even the stuff with Jay-Z's kids and stuff, like I don't know if everybody is able to accept him back in regardless to how good this music is. But the music is so good that it can win back somebody who was on the fence.
It doesn't have to be everybody.
Because I guess I was on the fence. Because once I heard it, I was like, this is good. And then like 4 listens later, I'm like, yo, why am I 4 listens later, bro? Like I don't even listen to music like that much anymore.
You know what's funny? I was listening to the first song and I remember like the drums dropped and it sounded like so old school. And I'm like, man, we need more of this. And the first line he says is, this what you need more of.
Yeah, this the shit you need more of. The hate brought me more love.
And I was just like, oh my, he's locked in. Like he produced a really good project, honestly.
Yeah. This is to me what you guys said about album of the year. And I know it's early we're saying this, but like I'm good to, if anything else drops that's better than this, okay, cool. But this is going to be in the top 5 this year.
But bro, what about Iceman, fam? Yo, Drake is looking at the list like, fuck, bro. Like, we have to go back to Turks.
Well,
we have to go back to Turks, guys.
I was kind of under the impression that Drake was probably aware that Ye was going to drop.
But that it's going to be this good? Because man, I think he might be like still crazy in the head. He's going to say some stupid shit on the album and piss people off. Like you can't really listen to this and be like, unless you're just mad at the other shit. I'm not going to say the old shit because it just happened, a lot of stuff. But if you're just mad at like some of the other things he said, fine. But if you're listening to hear him say something to piss you off, it's not going to happen, fam. You're just hearing good tunes, him explaining himself a little bit, and then, him talking about being in love.
Because if Iceman drops in the next couple months, mans are comparing these albums.
Yes.
Like how they compared Donda and CLB. CLB, yeah, it sold more, but universally it was said that like Donda was the better album.
So how long after the Bully drop, if you're Drake, do you drop Iceman?
You might need too much to let the shit cool off, bro.
Dropping Iceman in the middle of summer?
Because if this shit does numbers, bro, it's one thing like if it's artistically good.
Yeah.
Because to me, Kanye has taken a little break in between albums that I liked. I'm not saying that he didn't have good ones because you're a Kanye fan. You listen to both Dondas. I think Donda 1 was good.
Yeah, Donda 1 good, Donda 2 no.
It's not this.
Nah. Like, you don't think Donda could compare to this?
I think this is his best shit since Life of Pablo.
There's certain, Donda is so fire, bro. There's certain songs on there like Moon, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid was a great song, but you're saying this as a Kanye fan. I'm saying this as a fan of Kanye, but not like, I'm not locked in. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Jesus is King, all that other stuff in between, it was cool, but this shit kills all of this. This kind of reminds me of like My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
It reminds me of that mixed with like Jesus,
Fam, I can't even believe I'm saying this because I've had weeks over the last couple of years where like, you've seen like, I've been mad at Kanye, bro. And now I'm like glazing, like, yo, this shit is so good. Yo, this song. I'm like, fam, how the fuck did you do that, bro?
It's refreshing because, like Exar said, it's not the same trap drums. It's not the same.
I'm not talking about that.
But like,
it's just like, it's so good that you made me forget not forget, but I'm just like, I'm okay with just like all of the other shit you said, fam.
Nah, but even with Vultures and stuff, that was a good album. But like with Carnival and stuff, yeah, that was a #1 song. But he was still like rapping with the youth them and stuff. You could tell with this one was like, he kind of just locked in with himself and like kind of what he was feeling. It didn't feel, I'm trying to recreate what's going on in the times. It was refreshing, No,
this music is good enough to change opinions, fam. Because the other one that you just mentioned, I forgot about the freaking Carnival and all that. It didn't change my opinion. I was still like, Kanye's dropping mid-music while he's acting crazy.
Well, and I think this speaks to maybe just capitalism as a whole, but like greatness or success or achievements will always overshadow like negative stuff. Like I feel like we just love winners so much that like when you see a victory, it's kind of like, you know what? Yeah, he did this, but he's one of the greats.
Like you're right, because I don't know if you agree with like some of the albums in between. Like he didn't win me back over yet.
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, fam. And now I'm just listening to this and I'm like, he ain't so bad though, bro.
You didn't like Vultures?
Not really.
Nah, there's some fire on Vultures though.
Your mind was never changed. Keep that in mind. You were always like, you listen to the HH song. Your mind was never changed. Like,
So because he said something about a certain group of people, like it just turned you guys out to the music so much?
no, it just was like, you're acting like an idiot, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm not even like to one set of people or whatever. I'm just like, bro, you're just saying stupid shit after stupid shit. And like, bro, like just get to the music and give us good music. And then it would just be like, okay to me. You know what I'm saying? There'd be some bangers, but then the rest would just be okay. And he'd have like stupid lyrics here and there. And I'm just like, well, go on, Bretchen. Like this, I listened to it waiting for that bullshit. And then when I got to the end of it, and it's only 42 minutes, I was like, this is really good, man. Shit. Okay. You want me back.
And another short album that was very digestible.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe this might be the method, you know, for albums going forward. Like we don't need the 25 tracks, the 22.
Yeah, and the features are like I feel like I'm glazing somebody that people are like, yo, you glazing the semi. Like Andre Troutman, I think he's the son of Roger Troutman. Like, you know, using that vocator that Roger Troutman used to. Like he brought that back on a few songs. That shit was amazing. His Travis Scott feature sounded great.
Travis Scott killed it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know the one song with Don Toliver? Like I wish it was a
Circles?
little Full Circle. Is it?
Yeah,
that song
Circles.
is I repeated that song like 8 times.
I
last
wish
night,
it was
fam.
longer. I wish Ye put a verse on it.
Facts.
You know?
Holy shit, bro.
But he kept it 42 minutes, 18 songs, and it wasn't like it had too many filler songs. Every song,
every track is a banger.
Every song hit, bro. Like, I don't want to bring it to Drake or whatever, but like, that's gonna be that's a bar to meet, bro.
She should have been dropped ice. Now it's like, fuck, bro. Like, okay, I first had to compete with Kendrick's GNX. We're kind of removed from that. So like, I feel like recency bias is gonna kill that. But now it's gonna like, okay, I have to compete with this Kanye shit too, because people are gonna draw that comparison, bro.
100%.
And this kicks GNX's ass. Hell yeah.
Yo, zoom into his face, Jake.
Don't worry, I'll get him in post.
Does this kick GNX's ass?
All over the street, bro.
Easily.
What?
Undeniably, if you're being objective.
I don't care how many locals you put on your album,
There's
bro.
no way you could think GNX is better than this.
No, it's not better at all. It's not better at all. I would say this is S tier. GNX is like right under it. Like this GNX is right under it. But GNX is amazing too. Like I can't say that this just smokes GNX like that, bro. But it is better.
It
is
does
better.
smoke it, yeah.
It is better.
Okay, this is my question because once again, I was thinking about the drums, you know? Because nowadays, let's say like you were in the studio with a Toronto rapper and you showed them one of the beats that Kanye had. They'd be like, I'm not going on that, you know?
And that's the problem.
It doesn't have the standardized drums.
Yeah.
What I'm finding now is a lot of newer hip hop albums, they're almost going out of their way not to do the standardized like FL Studio trap drum line. But that's kind of the norm in like consumer recording, where it's like when most mans drop like street tracks or like just regular local tracks, it always has the, you know, the hi-hats and the FL patterns.
Yeah.
But this, you didn't see too much drums like that.
No, it was Kanye always has great percussion or like good bassy songs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're playing that shit in the car, it's even a better experience. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like we're being so oversaturated with rap. Like everyone's a rapper these days. You know what I mean? So I feel like art is also coming back. You know what I mean? Like shout out Baby Keem when he did Casino. Like, yeah, he's rapping on there, but a lot of the tracks aren't just like your typical like boom bap or whatever. Like there's like singing in harmonies and all this stuff going in. But what I was talking to Friday earlier about this. I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, rap is dead, blah, blah, blah. I feel like if you enjoy rap music, the last 2 years were phenomenal, bro. This year we got, okay, well, this wasn't for, but okay, the J. Cole fans got J. Cole.
Yeah.
There's Baby Keem, Kanye West. Wale dropped a phenomenal project. Don Toliver. Last year we had Cardi B for the Geldem, Playboy Cardi. There was Jid, Chance the Rapper, Clips. All phenomenal album. I'm not sure about Cardi B. All phenomenal albums though. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you actually enjoy rap music, then you're having a ball, bro.
Yeah, if you, you know, the thing is, I guess the complaint is that it's not charting as well as it used to, right? It's not in the forefront. You know, at one point in time, there was a statistic that went around saying that hip hop is the most widely consumed music in the world. I think it still is. It's just not charting as much.
I think that's not fair because they changed the rules and stuff. And Taylor Swift and those girls, they will send out like 50 different versions of their vinyls just to make sure that this charts here and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Man, them are afraid to leak. So most rappers aren't doing that because they don't want their album to be leaked early and all this next stuff, you know? So
Yeah.
I just feel like they're playing by a different game.
Different culture.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think, even though I think there is something unique about hip hop culture, if we relate it to when rock was in, and rock was in for like 20, 30 years, right? I feel like it eventually got surpassed or replaced by hip hop as the popular genre of the day.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of seeing what would have been the tail end of that era for rock for hip hop, where it's like, okay, now it's like you have your legacy acts, you still got your Sum 41s, your this, that, but you're not going to see it in the top 10 on the charts like you used to. It's not going to be the only music video playing. Like at one point, bro, like you turn on Much Music or other like music networks, it was all this rock music, like Weezer, Sum 41, Green Day,
Blink 182.
Yeah, like you don't see none of them mans anymore. So it's like the same with hip hop.
I was telling Natural when we were speaking about this behind the scenes that hip hop killed them back in the early 2000s. And part of the reason is they helped kill themselves, right? Because they started rapping a little bit too.
With
Fred
Limp Bizkit
Durst,
and
all
stuff.
these guys.
Yeah,
you know what I
Down
mean?
Webster.
Yeah, they're like, okay, rap is so popular. Maybe I might throw a little bar here and there and kind of like acquiesce. And it's like, nah, bro, we're the sound that was just taking over the scene was just too much for rock and roll.
I feel like the reason we saw like a genre shift was because of the change in like aesthetics and beauty standards in a weird way. Like I feel like the trend started to get more mainstream towards urban.
Yeah.
So then like the music started becoming more urban, and eventually like those like pop white boys, like they just wouldn't fit the aesthetic of the modern day, and then they got replaced. And then you had like Lil Wayne and like the skinny jeans era. And that was like where they overlapped, the skinny jean era, where like rock and rap were coexisting.
Yeah.
And then eventually rock just fell off.
Look at the boy bands. They went from being like white boy bands that were basically a whiteified version of New Edition.
Yeah.
To like becoming in sync that were like borderline, like, oh, you know, we're R&B-ish, you know what I'm saying? But we're still a boy band. Like they still had to emulate Black culture to really get their shit off, because the wave that Black culture was creating at that time, it was like so undeniable. Like you better get down, like better put Justin Timberlake in a little crazy little jean suit or whatever to make him cool, or he ain't gonna be on 106 in Park, which is just as important as TRL now. You know what I'm saying? Where like before it was only TRL on MTV, then freaking hip hop started gaining so much popularity and money that like a platform like BET can create 106 in Park and compete with TRL.
And then have Rhapsody in the Basement.
Yes.
And they had what was that video where they showed the behind the scenes of making the videos and stuff?
I do not remember.
Video on Trial? No.
No, not Video on Trial. But they basically had this show on BET where like all the directors, like Director X and all those mans, they'll be like recording them, shooting the music video, and then like so yeah, they had comic views. So I feel like hip hop culture was just super prevalent.
Yeah.
Where pop, they just had like what, like TRL and like Much Music.
Yeah.
And you know what I think happened? The tail end of modern hip hop strayed away from hip hop culture as a whole. So now it's just like, as opposed to like being a culture, you're just a genre now. Whereas like before was like an entire movement. It wasn't just the music. It was how you dress, how you spoke, graffiti, all this other stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
because like even all of the clothing store, like the clothing lines and stuff like that were like starting to pop off. And there's still like clothing lines that come from the culture, but way less than before. Like every rapper had a clothing line at one point in time because the commercialization of hip hop was like, oh, we'll make money off of anything that you guys do. Now it's a genre. So like not everybody's gonna make money just having a clothing line. People go buy Kai shit before they go buy a rapper shit. You know what I'm saying? So times have changed. I do have a side topic that Natural and I were talking about behind the scenes. Okay. Better collabs. Jay-Z and Ye or Drake and Wayne?
This would be a sick versus.
That would be a sick versus still.
This would still. I'm going Jay-Z and Kanye.
Okay.
Really?
Clearly.
Okay.
Clearly. How clearly?
Because Kanye.
Well, then I'm going Drake and Lil Wayne. And I'm kind of happy you said that because I have a ChatGPT document.
Oh, you came prepared, eh?
I might have to go with Drake and Wayne, even though they don't have whatchamacallit, Watch the Throne. That Watch the Throne album can really push the sliders up for them.
They have bigger hits together.
Yeah, like Hell
Motto.
Yeah. The Motto. Ooh.
Hell yeah, effing right.
Yeah.
Miss Me.
Hold on. Are we gonna go track for track?
All right.
So you said the motto?
That's not my first one though. Chill.
No. Because if you want to start with a banger, I'll start with a banger.
Sure. The
you
motto.
say the motto? Niggas in Paris.
Okay.
Ooh.
Solid.
But that's you're gonna bring that out as one of the against the model, yeah? I guess that would take
Hell
that
yeah,
shit.
effing right.
Nigga. You said hell yeah effing right? No Church in the Wild.
I like that song personally. Wasn't a crazy banger, but I like it.
I'm not even touching the, you know what I mean?
Okay. Right above it.
Right above it. And they're gonna be going Otis.
She will.
She will.
Woo.
Run this town.
Ransom.
Diamonds.
I was gonna Diamonds.
Yo, Jake, your mic's hot, eh?
Oh, it is.
You could chime in on some of these if you want. Man.
Yeah, I'll give him an assist. Diamonds.
Mud.
Yo, Forever.
I'll go.
Hold on, is Forever a Drake and Wayne? Because that's like a super posse.
Kanye's on that.
Kanye and Eminem.
Eminem, but Drake and Wayne are on it.
All right, if you want to do that,
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
Swagger Like Us.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
Swagger Like Us. That's Wayne.
Could I do Kanye produced like H to the Izzo?
Oh no! You can't draw for the
Yeah,
produced.
it's a rap.
What?
That's rap.
That's
Yo, the man's have a whole album together. You can't draw for another song off of freaking Watch the Throne.
All right, Monster.
Monster. Yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
That is a pretty big collab still.
Woo! Okay, we'll say
Truffle butter. Truffle butter.
Huh? Truffle butter?
Yeah.
I said truffle butter.
I got one for you. So Appalled.
So Appalled.
And I'm not even on the Kanye side and Jay side, but So Appalled was a big collab.
Yep.
Successful.
Wayne wasn't on that.
Yes, he is.
On the remix?
He does the last verse.
For real, eh?
Bedrock.
It's just they don't. Oh, Bedrock? You're putting Bedrock in that verses, bro? Oh.
We can save the rest for
We might have to. But yo, comment down below. Ye and Jay-Z, Ye and Jay, or Drake and Wayne.
That's actually a colossal matchup still.
That is.
I might need to see you guys. That might be the good idea for the next
I'm
verses.
down. That is.
Yeah. Okay, I got one more topic for us and we could touch the road here. Police patrols with tactical guns. So if you could pull this up on the screen here, one take, Jake. This is courtesy of CBC News Toronto.
Toronto police are asking the public not to be alarmed if they see more officers armed with tactical equipment, including rifles and long guns.
Don't be scared.
If you see these officers,
Rifles.
whether it's around places of worship or tourist hubs, it does not mean there's an imminent threat.
Toronto's police chief has announced a new counterterrorism security unit and task force created in response to global conflicts, rising hate crimes, and the risk of violent extremism here in Toronto.
Within this unit, we will substantially increase the resources dedicated to countering terrorism and violent extremism.
That's that floor.
Some police accountability experts are criticizing the new action plan.
Of having police on the streets with long guns is going to terrify an awful lot of people. It's going to make people very, very frightened. I know that people right now feel frightened when police have guns. There's various things in protocol to try and make sure they don't draw them very often.
We
but
love
they do,
hip-hop.
and it causes problems. So having long guns is going to be really scary.
The police service says these moves are not linked to a specific threat, but they do come at a time when police have announced new restrictions on protests in residential neighborhoods near Bathurst Street and Shepherd Avenue West.
People can still protest.
Look at that
Bathurst and
shit. That's
Shepherd.
a big gun,
People
bro.
can still protest along Bathurst and along Shepherd. What we will be preventing is movement into residential areas.
Regular protests and counter-protests have been happening in the primarily Jewish neighborhood since the Hamas-led attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, and Israel's subsequent barrage on Gaza. Now the service says it'll have officers posted on residential streets to deter protesters.
We will tell people
We
that they
love
cannot do
hip-hop.
that. We will physically block them. And if they try to disobey that instruction, they will be arrested and charged with obstruct police.
Or shot.
In a statement responding to the move, the Fundamental Freedoms Director at the Canadian Civil Liberties Association wrote, "Police already have broad powers under the Criminal Code to protect public safety." She called the protest limitations an attack on freedom of expression and freedom of peaceful assembly. Now again, Toronto police have stressed the creation of the new counterterrorism unit and task force is not linked to any specific protests or events.
Look at
but
that
they
one.
did connect it to recent shootings at Toronto synagogues and the U.S. consulate. Tyler Cheese, CBC News, Toronto.
So
Canada is expanding in the defense sector. And
my bad. So yeah, you're gonna if you're downtown, if you're walking certain areas and you see the police, the boy them,
A protest is happening.
a protest might be happening close, or just something. We're surveilling the area, and we got the long guns now, fam.
If they're only doing it for those protests, I'm not mad at it still.
Well, you're shaking your head there, Czar.
Well, it's like you guys already had the smaller guns. You weren't busting them off during protests. So like what you're just trying to intimidate the people. That's not going to make me do anything. Like I think this is a slippery slope. It starts like this, increased police presence. They even announced that they're going to have a police officer at every subway station.
Yes. I saw
recently,
that.
right?
Yeah.
In conjunction with this, they're going to say,
and not to interrupt you might see some of those police officers in the subway walking with a long gun.
so it starts off as a preventative measure, but I think slowly you're going to see them abuse their power. I'm just waiting for the first incident where they actually have to let off the rifle. Like I really,
That's the unfortunate truth. In theory, because when I think, like a police officer at every subway station, when I think of my experience in the subway, like I think it would be beneficial. But when I think of my experience with police officers, that's where, you know what I mean? It kind of gets a little dicey.
Yeah. And the thing is, the tactical guns, it gives me like Dominican vibes. Like when I was in Dominican Republic, like I seen that at the corner stores, like the security guards have that. It's not even the police, the security guards have that up. So I'm like, where are we in society now that the police have to be walking around with like big friggin' long guns that can like mow down shit? Like, are we that scary? Like, is it that point now that we have to worry about that type of shit?
no, I think other countries do it too. A lot of other countries, their police
Yes.
force have tactical guns.
But those countries, sometimes like shit goes down. Like shit don't go down like that out here, fam. So like, why are you making us feel that way?
What if they're preparing?
I guess because like even the protests that they're talking about and stuff like that, no matter how much they can get like intense, shit don't go down. Like it's not like the protest caused a riot downtown and mad people got hurt and whatever.
And we're fucking up traffic though.
They do.
Man. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, but it's not like as like a protest that would happen in Iran or a protest like it's not like Tiananmen Square and shit like that. Like,
They don't want it to get to that level.
Are they worried about that? And that's why this is a preventative measure. Have these guns?
Well,
and I'm pro gun.
I don't know. I just feel like we don't know enough data. Because what if they're like, we let in all of these people from these places like Iran, Ukraine, these war-torn places, and then now they're convening into popular areas,
residential and neighborhoods.
you know what I mean? And they're getting off their thing, that's fine. But now they're spilling into residential areas. Our taxpayers are getting back at us. You know, so we created this problem. This might be their way of trying to like put a band-aid solution on it. I'm not saying that it's the best thing, you know.
Go get the street sweeper just in case.
You know,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, you're making great points, but what's the solution? Grab the street sweepers and just have them on us so that they know that we can mow down the whole crowd of all you guys for whatever country you're from. We could take you all out in one shot right now.
That's what they're used to, though. They're used to when they go to the convenience store, pure long gun and rifle and thing. You know what I mean? When they go to the convenience store now, they be wild and they're like, "Wait, you guys have that little Indian girl as security?"
Yo, you think the government's like, let's speak to them in a language they understand? They understand bigger guns, so that's what we're gonna use, and they're gonna stop protesting.
That's what Natural's theory sounds like. Like, you know what? You guys come from another country, you're used to seeing these big guns. Like,
they don't understand pistols.
Yeah, like there's not enough in that clip. Like, we need a banana clip for you guys,
bro. You know, remember that video of me with the police interaction?
Yeah.
Imagine they had rifles.
I don't even think you would have the same energy.
Maybe I would. No, I probably would.
Brother, with one of those things, fam, there's one thing to see the thing in their holster.
If
like pointing the barrel like in your eye.
Or no, just having it just there like this, holding it in their hand.
Zara be like, "Make me a martyr. Make me a martyr."
If you're gonna shoot me, just finish the job, buddy.
Yeah. They don't have to
practice how I'll like react in that moment.
Yeah, and they don't have to pull it out the holster. All they have to do is just do this.
Facts.
They already just have it in their hand like this, fam.
I've already practiced what I'm gonna say in that moment.
What you gonna say?
You're not gonna shoot me.
Oh shit. You better hope there's enough cameras. You better hope those cameras have audio.
Shoot me right now, then I dare you.
Oh, this guy really wants to be a martyr.
Just don't make
for
no
real.
sudden movements. No sudden movements.
It would just be me and Natural sitting there the next week. Like, man, sorry, he was a good guy.
I think they thought he was Iranian or something, broski. I don't know why they did that to bro.
You better have a tribute episode if man's
Nah,
get hacked.
definitely.
Yeah, bro. And you know what?
Like, no topics that day.
There's gonna be a montage of all your different accents. And
Today we're going through top 10 czar moments, and we're gonna speak about each one of them. We have some people calling in.
We'll put all the Trump impersonations out there. But fam, you're not white enough. Yeah, knock on wood. You're not white enough to get away with that bullshit, bro. They might, like what Natural say, they might think that you're Iranian or something. They're like, yeah, you look a little bit too ethnic. We have these for a reason. Didn't you get the memo? Why are you in our face like yapping, fam? Like, bang, hold that.
You're not gonna do that.
What do you have? Well, what do they have them for?
didn't they smoke a black man the other day because he was just running towards them?
I don't remember. There's so much shit that happens, like freaking.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was exactly in Toronto, but it was that like the GTA or it was in Canada for sure though.
Yeah, and even like the World Cup. Aren't they? I seen it maybe just on an internet page on an Instagram page about A.W.O.L saying that she doesn't want ICE over at the freaking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like ICE is gonna be forward into Canada to freaking try to take people out of the stadiums and shit.
How does that even make sense?
That's why I was like, I saw it on freaking Instagram.
No, I seen that too, but I'm like,
it might have been on RTN.
I'm like, that's some Asian shit.
I'm just saying, it's military. We might be militarizing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, those same guys, those same policemen that are walking around with the rifles are basically militarized.
Yo, with the World Cup coming up, subway stations each have a police officer. They're going to have advanced guns. They know there are going to be protests during the World Cup. So maybe Toronto's trying to show themselves as like, you know, a bad boy city.
I got the ting on me, bro.
Yeah,
we have rifles like y'all in the Middle East.
Because there's all these next countries forwarded to like Colombia and like Bulgaria and all these next places forwarded. It's like, yo, Toronto gets down. They don't think we're sweet out here.
You know what? They mentioned all the protests, but that might be the whole plan for real.
Because for Taylor Swift, you know, she's more dainty. We'll change the street signs for you guys. We'll put the homeless people in hotels. That's what we'll do for Taylor Swift. For the World Cup niggas, no, we need these football, not American football.
Yeah.
And you know, Iran, they opted out of the World Cup. They qualified, but because their country's in a war, they're not sending their team.
Yeah.
So you know there are going to be bare protests, bare Palestine protests, Israel protests. Like, so yeah, you're going to see more tactical weapons.
Well, listen, God forbid, and we'll hope and pray, and we'll end the episode here. Hope and pray that these tactical weapons that these guys have, that we don't have to come back here and report a story of the police actually using one of them. They've already had enough incidents of them using their handguns and whatever, but I don't even want to hear one police story of these guys used the whatever machine gun thing and let off like a friggin' 25 clip or whatever.
What if they have to?
I don't know, bro. It's going to be a conversation. Because have to for what? To hit how many people?
Toronto's about to be on the world stage, bro. Like,
yeah, we can't show that we're soft.
Man, them might be trying to show out. Like for the Raptors parade, there was a little shooting. You know what I mean? That was the Raptors parade, dog. This is World Cup, bro.
To mow down a bunch of people, something really serious has to happen.
Mowing down a bunch of people is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what those things are for.
There's probably going to be one kid that does try something.
Now, if man's just streaking, just tackle him, fam.
You don't need a tactical gun for the one kid. You could hit him with the freaking handgun.
A taser,
I'm just saying, if
something.
that shit gets used and if they use it for a disproportionate reason, like one kid's wilded out and oh, sorry, we hit 4 people by mistake.
Suspended with pay.
What about the young street man?
Facts.
You know what I mean? That was in the van and
Alex
Manassian. Yeah. Hit him with the not with the rifle. You could hit him with a freaking 9, bro. It's still lethal.
They didn't even shoot him. They could have shot Alex Manasseh, and he wanted them to shoot. He kept like pulling out his phone, like faking it. The man just freaking
he's still a piece of shit.
Him with his phone.
He's still a piece of shit that's gonna go to hell and stuff, right? But like, fam, even still, if they were to shoot him, just pull out the 9, bro. You're good, bro. You don't need the like you're gonna Swiss cheese the man.
But I actually understand it from the police's perspective, because think about it, they're fighting criminals who have switches.
They're not talking about them. They're not saying, oh, we need to have the tactical guns to go run up in a trap spot. They already have that. When the ETF comes bust through your door, as somebody who has had the ETF bust through my door, they don't come with the They come in with the hey, get down. You know, with the light on top of it and shit like that. You're like, holy shit, the army's coming for me, fam. And they have the army gear on, fam.
When I was a youth, I guess my parents' door got kicked. I just remember like just waking up and just seeing like a blinding light, bro. And then I was in like my boxers and shit.
That's traumatizing.
I'm like, yo, like
yeah. They don't be like, hey, and have blue suits on, fam. They have tactical gear on, fam.
Where you're like, I'm 7.
I was terrified still. I didn't know what was wanted.
Yeah, bro. That's when you get to see what they really have over there at the shop, bro. You're like, damn, you guys got guns like that over there? For the dealers, that's wrapped up. Where do you think they're getting them from? They didn't just go buy them. They're just using the ETF's guns. They have them already, fam. They're just not letting the other cops use them. Now, other cops are going to be able to get the guns that the ETF uses.
All the corrupt cops are having the nannies now. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, fam. Like, we got to end this topic because I know we're running a little bit on time, but like, fam, I thought about that when I was writing the topic. Like, we're giving these guys freaking assault rifles who can't even freaking stop from giving people's addresses to the gangsters, bro.
Cheese me. A man walks into Tim Hortons, like, yo, he's just full right. Getting one double.
What? You know what I'm saying? One of the them who's a gang member, who, you know, probably there's some gang members who got on the inside to the police state, into the police force, because it's happening. We're seeing it in the news at this point.
Yeah.
They're going to have a rifle too, fam. You're going to be like, yo, fam, yo, watch yourself. Before they even shoot it, they're going to go, you know what I'm saying? So, like, they have it now. So just be aware. I think we can end it here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.